Scribal Sessions Volume 1. For the record. Open your eye in alignment with time and you'll see the truth like it's a physical thing. From the darkness I arise, so it's not a surprise when you learn of the light that I bring. As above, so below, I find a rhythm and flow as I grow with the pendulum swing. This is the matrix where everyone's faking they sleep here in life while we wake up in dreams. Shedding the skin like a serpent, this work makes it worse at attaining a purpose. While searching internal, examine what all is in me. Most will not make it there, so can I take it? Reality shaking, you've seen what I've seen. Reap what you sow, with the weavers of speech, achievers, and this is the read 'em and weed 'em. You cannot read them, vibrations that none of them speak. Walking metal, netter, light is feather is heavy. To learn that your will isn't free, that you're willing, I continue to lead with my ebas. I'm sweeping my consciousness clean, training in realms that are unseen. My aura is sunbeam, set fire to all of the fiends. Stand on my Atef is all seeing. I we supply 93, that means we are supreme. Healing through tones on my senses, connecting in this year. Wealthy is health, this is green. This is illusion, reality veiled in delusion. Thoughts become intrusive, it's foolish to not know by now that it ain't what it seems. This is way more than belief. I see clearly the lies. My six senses of sight are hypnotized. No wonder everyone sleeps. Open your eyes. It's time to set off the alarms. The performance self-harm. Don't you know you're a star? God in human form and you rise with the beast. More than man. Bread in my hand, that's the Lord in hand. Heard what I say, Lord, live in the man. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. We ain't the same man. Record keeper. Seeing the state of the planet, the damage, the famines expanding beyond your belief. I see they landed, they've handed the people a cannon and aiming it right at your feet. Blowing the hole where you're standing, creating the panic. The tactical planning is deep. Teaching you're only a man and that God is in heaven, the seventh outside of your reach. If you're the question, they'll call you a manic, frantic, erratic, depression, demonic. When you're teaching through the magical speech, they'll call you serpent, the one in the garden. Pardon my knowledge for having the knowledge and prowess to see. He really told the truth to Adam and Eve. You'll have distinction between good and evil if you eat of the fruit of the tree. Now you're a god, open your eye, cleansing yourself so that now you can see. They stole the stories and twisted them like it's a spliff. They put the fire to leaf, I put the fire to speech. I put the fire to heat. We don't do liars and thieves, they just desire to greed. This is my record to keep, this is my throne. You cannot sit in my seat, and I command it. I give more than 10 commandments. This is the law of attraction, and we have infinite stamina. My stage is where I'm standing. This is my art, God is in me. I only keep goddesses with me. They are the magical beings, they are the holy ones, birthing the gods. We're overcoming the odds. We are the even and odd. They're in the odds, we're in the all. Ancestors answer my prayers, forever grateful. I will forever say thank you. Inspiration to awake the sleepers. Record keeper, more than man. Bread in my hand, that's the Lord in hand. Heard what I say, Lord, live in the man. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. We ain't the same man. Record keeper, more than man. Bread in my hand, that's the Lord in hand. Heard what I say, Lord, live in the man. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. We ain't the same man. Record keeper.
You and your family health and prosperity. May your monument be established on the foundations of my heart, and may you rise and come forth as conscious light, like the divine Ra, who rise and shine forevermore in my heart.
I look outside and all I see are people double-minded. People meaning creature, don't ignore the signage. Voices lead, don't fly in silence. Observation with my eye open eyelid. Look outside and all I see are people double-minded. People meaning creature, don't ignore the signage. Voices lead, though flying silent. Observation with my eye open eyelid. I am him, king, crown, rings, that's who I am in. Mindset of when fighting jinns. Sword, swang, samurai, I am Shem. Suhor, son of Heheru, I am him. King, crown, rings, that's who I am in. Mindset of when fighting jinns. Sword, swang, samurai, I am Shem. Suhor, son of Heheru. Words powerful, Hekau. See, prove you can feel the roots. Gone, just look up, I am proof. Breaking doors down, make some room. But I is now speaking through me and trust me.
Tough, you on mute.
Otep, peace and love, everybody. Welcome to the House of ATTON. Ancient Tahuti and Teachings on the Teru presents the teachings of King Amenemhat I for his son Senusret, created by the mighty Atef Ma'at. Before I introduce the great brothers on the panel, we will begin as we do every week with our Nefer affirmation. On the count of three, 1, 2, 3. Unki Ma'at, Un Ns, Nintet or Set Ma'at, Min Hepapet Ma'at, Her in Hu Kui, Per Iku. I live for Ma'at. I exist within her. I do not speak in the place of Ma'at. Every day I advance towards Ma'at. My being is surrounded in darkness. I come forth as conscious light. Otep, peace and love, everybody. I'm going to introduce the great brothers on the panel. First, we'll begin with the great brother, Dejed Sajim, is a seeker of divine wisdom, the wisdom with universal structure, the wisdom that remains the same from every perspective, the wisdom that adapts to any interaction, the wisdom that creates silence, the wisdom that sustains the house of Aten. Next, we have the mighty scribe Ani Ptah Aten Tahuti, Tatir Vizier, overseer of administration of the house of Aten, chief treasurer Shesh Nasut, royal scribe of Tahuti Amenemhat Ra, Sab scribe of Ra, Sajed E, reciter of Aku, effective words of conscious light, one grade of Heka, excellent of magic, technology architect of Tahuti, bull of Ma'at, truly silent one, controller of temper, most expert in his calling, protector of the Natiru, Neb Aker, lord of excellence, son of the great unifier, Nut, holder of the secrets of the Duat, Smaui Sekmi, one skilled in the arts of music and poetry, Him Neta Tepi, and Sheshet, high priest of Sheshet, Saba and Medu Necha, teacher of the divine language, embodiment of Ptah's writing board and Tahuti's mirror, leader with the heart, Sep Eb, great of humility, servant of the people, Tahuti manifests in him, Heru manifests in him as Ptah, Neb Ma'at, Lord of Truth, Shimsu Natiru, messenger and follower of the Natiru, Ptah, Ani, Aten Tahuti, a living Netta upon earth who lives in Ma'at, Unk, Dujed, Usir, life, stability, and wealth. And your presenter for the night, the mighty Atef Ma'at, esteemed steward of the venerable house of Aten. As a devoted disciple of the master teacher, the illustrious Tahuti Amenemhat Ra, I proudly undertake the role of the sagacious host for the weekly gathering within the sacred halls of the house of Aten. Here we delve into the profound teachings that illuminate the path of Ma'at. In the sacred sanctuary of the house of Aten, I guide fellow seekers on a journey of enlightenment and understanding. Drawing from the wellspring of ancient wisdom, our gatherings are profound explorations into the depths of truth, meticulously deciphered through the lens of ancestral artifacts and the profound teachings bestowed upon us by the great Tahuti Amenemhat Ra. My commitment to the pursuit of wisdom extends beyond the confines of our weekly gathering. As a true-hearted devotee of truth, I strive to embody the essence of Ma'at in all aspects of life, expressing unwavering love for my people. My soul resonates with the harmonious frequencies of the Medu Necha. I stand as a loyal guardian of Ma'at, steadfastly defending the sacred principles that govern our existence within the house of Aten. Peace and love, everybody. Welcome to Study Guide Sundays. Otep, great brothers, peace and love.
What's up? Peace, peace, peace. What's up? How's
Peace.
everything, great brother?
Man, I'm never great brother. Just finished working on my presentation, and
Getting it done.
man, listen, man, I don't know it. It take a lot, man. It take a lot of energy in creating, but it's a good thing, right? Knowing out when you be done, you be like, whoa. Like when I was finished like about what time is it? Like 7 here. I was done probably like 6. Probably about 6 I was finished with it. And I was so relieved. I had to get up out the chair. But I was so relieved, like accomplished. And then, yeah, it's great, man. It's great. I feel good. I'm Nefer. How you brothers feeling?
Feeling good. Definitely enjoying the day. Just here with the Aoud, man. Just relaxing. Great class from Saba yesterday. That was super Nefer, and shouts out to Sakef for asking that question. That was dope last night. Yeah, but everything's good, man. No worries. We all good. Can't complain. Just trying to make it happen, do what's right. You know what I mean? Always on the presentations, always working on something. So so it's always good. It's good, great brother. Tour for Axel.
Great brother. Yeah, I know the feeling, brother. Trust me, I do. It's a good feeling, though. Really good. Hotep Ani, how you feeling, great brother?
You're on mute, Pata. No, I can't hear you. He must have been at Too Many Buttons Productions.
Man, listen, I got 2 screens right now. I got like a little portable screen that I take with me when I travel because, like you say, it's nonstop. So even when I'm traveling, I still be working on my presentation. So I needed a bigger screen, like an additional one. But you can only get to it from the side, but it's not on the side of my other screen. It's at the bottom. So that's challenging, but it's great, man. I'm feeling good. How you feeling, Ani? Welcome back.
And I think he's still
I don't think my mic's okay. There it is.
There he is. Too Many Buttons Productions. It wouldn't be a show like that. Too Many Buttons Productions.
Absolutely. Yeah, Hotep Marie, great brothers, Uncle Jess and Neb. I'm doing Acker, doing wonderful, Capara. Yeah, looking forward to this. I love this Sebaid. A very powerful Sebaid.
You know my teachings. I have been shown. You know my teachings.
Atef, I hear some, I think it's Saba in the background.
Yeah, that was my TV just came on.
Okay. But yes, I'm doing Acker. Duan Hotep and Hinu to everyone in the chat. Peace and love to the great Basa Tut Maka Ox Effect, who put the support links, and they are pinned to the top of the chat for everyone who wants to support what we're doing and assist us in going forward and further, utilize those support links. To our very much. Amunka is here. Hotep great brother. Amunet Kat is here with us. Hotep great sister. Uncle Josh Seneb to you. We have Sorry Nobody here. Hotep and peace to you. And we have the great Nuku Nuku, who says her and Hukui per Ikut.
So yeah, hotep to everyone in the chat with us live. Hit the like button, and those coming in on the playback, hit that like button. Atef Kim, I think there's a notification taking place on your phone, because I hear like a ring like every 3 minutes.
Okay, hold on. Let me disconnect.
But yes, there's some powerful things that we have coming up next month. The Pathways to Awakening 2025. So everyone, make sure that you go and get your tickets. Get your tickets. They will go up on the 19th, 30 days out. So this is the special for those who go ahead and get their tickets early. So everyone, make sure that you go and get them at this price, and do all that you've learned to make sure that you're here in the flesh, so you can see us and meet us in the great Sabbath Tahuti, and we build. And there's going to be a lot of fun, so you don't want to miss that. So everyone, make sure that you get your pathway tickets. houseofatton.org. We have so many powerful items there for you all to also support. Hotep mats, spiral notebooks, teas for the youth, for the adults, bath mats, bath sets. So everyone go support and represent the frequency of the Natiru throughout your pur. And also, for those who want to take their studies further, you join in the membership here at the House of Atton, and and support us in that way as well. There's so many things that are being worked on, and we're building this from scratch, from nothing. And it's up to us to make sure that we do what we need to do to bring forward and elevate what we're doing here at the House of Atton, and continue to grow, continue to expand, continue to bring more, continue to change and switch up and bring in fresh energy to make sure that we keep this thing flowing and growing and expanding and building. So to all the great Karu of the House of Atton, appreciate all of you greatly. And with what I have setting up for the membership, yeah, see, there I went again, Atef. But with what I have setting up for the membership, there's a few things that I'm preparing for you all, and I have the Sebai classes, which is where Atef is at right now within the Ancient Egyptian Literature book, and through the Sebai, I go in, I show the Medu Neter, I show the actual papyri, the ostraca, or whatever artifact that the Sebai exists on. We go and look at the Medu Neter, and I go and teach and break down the actual translation of these Sebai in my fundamental Ma'at classes. That there's 38 or 39 classes available for all the Karu. So if you want to take your Sebai studies further, then you want to definitely get the Sebai classes that are provided to the Karu. You'll have teachings that no one else has on the planet, especially when it comes to looking at the Medu Neter of these translations that we read, and we know that that's where the magic is. So everyone, make sure that you get those Karu classes. Reach out to me, and I'll be sure that you can get those. So Tua Hotep, houseofatton.org. Everyone support. Here's Basa Tut says, I got my tickets and trip ready to go. Wonderful. Hotep Hinu to the great Basa Tut, being on top of it. Hotep to you, great brother. And here we have Minty Hotep in the building. Peace Hotep Ma'at. Peace Hotep Ma'at to the great Minty. And Nookpoo says 10/19/25 is my new Nefer Mesheru. Absolutely, because this great brother will be getting a name, a Rin. So yeah, that's one of the Nefer things, is who you who you go through the process with now becomes a different level of Senu, right? Sin or Sinet, brother or sister. So absolutely, those who get their Ren, it is another birth, right? And that's what we always teach and we always live, to continuously rebirth yourself. And bringing forward a Ren awakens another aspect of your consciousness that you can continuously tap into. So wonderful to the great Napu Napu. My actual physical birth, Mesheru, is on the 25th. So it's always wonderful because around that time is the pathway. So yeah, Hotep and Henu. And Auntie Hotep says Ptah Ani with the candle flame, Atef Rim with the flame, the Jet Sajim with the muscle flex, Big Hotep, Big Ma'at with the butterfly. Absolutely. Sorry, nobody says, Ayo, can I get them classes? If you reach out to me, if you email me, I know you're a member here on YouTube, and that's a different set of sessions. But if you email me, I'll send you a class for being a member here on YouTube. And if you want more, then just join us at the House of ATTON as a Kuru, as a member, and you'll have access to those classes. Member of what? This right here, the Kuru Komet, on the House of ATTON website. Those are the fundamental foundational members of the House of ATTON. But here, and again on YouTube, see, there's a lot that has to go into building the structure, right? To make sure, and a lot goes into that. So it takes a lot of time and energy and effort to organize the different levels and tiers and the different things that we have on these different platforms, and be able to provide. So step by step, brick by brick, I'll have the YouTube and the Kuru working together and succinctly. But yeah, just email me, patah@houseofatton.org, and I will send you one of the Seba'it classes. And I can show this too. Let me see. Hold on, let me. So I want to show something. And let me share my screen so y'all can just kind of get a look. Look here. So these are the Ma'at fundamental classes here. So there's 38. Mena's Lament, the Brooklyn Wisdom Papyrus, Amenemhat, the most the deepest teachings on the teachings of Amenemhat that exists on the planet, for sure, 1000%. If you all want to go deep into Amenemhat and get the much deeper inner level metaphorical teachings that Amenemhat was bringing forth as a scribe of Ma'at through his writings to teach a Seba'it, you want to get these classes. There's 10 of them, and and y'all know how I do the sessions. So the Peheb Hor Papyrus, the Issenger Papyrus, see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 classes of that, 10 classes of Amenemhat, again, very deep. Here's the teachings of Amenemhat, right here, what we're going into within this session. The teachings of truth and falsehood, which Saba showed in the pod class yesterday. I dug into that. The teachings of Mary Kara are here, 3-part session for those Seba'it, conversation of a man with his Ba. The instructions of Ani here. Ankshesh Ankh, Atah Hotep. So these are the and here I even will show. I'll even show some. In which I have them on my YouTube, but they're private. To act as a pinait, an upside down boat, to turn something upside down within the hati, right? The door lock or the key for the casket. So as you all see, I typed the Medu Netra out. I transcribe it myself to make it very clear so we can look at it and begin to dive into the Medu Netra. And yeah, this the whole first sentence of Amenemhat is such a quadruple layered session that's only going to impact you so much greater as you begin to Pekka Mku and you start to become more aware of our Ka, of our Ba, of the different aspects of ourself. So as we begin to unlock these different variations, all of the teachings that you subconsciously take in become very useful for you in different moments, right? So give your ears to receive the eternal speech of stability. Give your heart to understand them. Place them within your thoughts for interpretation. And I just go in and show why we create ourselves as a boat to traverse, which is telling so many different stories. So these sessions are very deep, and I suggest every single Karu member should have these sessions if you want to take your Seba'it further than just anyone else. All right, so those are available for all of the great Karu. And as I said, what I have set up is eventually I'll get to a point where when I start my sessions back up for the Karu, and I start to provide different classes, the first 38 Seba'it classes that I've taught on will be a foundation for any member coming in, and because we are teachers of Ma'at, and to become a follower of Ma'at, we must know the Seba'it. The more of the Seba'it you know, the more of a follower of Ma'at you can be, right? So I want to provide these sessions for everyone who comes in, and yeah, I'm setting that up. For everyone. Here's Napu says, Hotep, highly recommended. Dua. Absolutely. So Tua very much. And and I see a comment. I want to address this. Sorry, nobody says YouTube membership ain't worth jack. Well, it's worth whatever, it's worth to you. If you feel that it isn't worth anything, that's okay too. We appreciate you for supporting, because people don't support this. We have to do this by ourselves, and nobody can't, put somebody, hey, you do, or you do this, you do that, you do this. When you're building something, you have to be the one to implement the thing, right? So, if there's if something isn't up to whatever standard that any particular person who supports us feels that it should be, that's okay too. Dua, I appreciate your opinion. But it is a process, and we appreciate the patience and the efforts that the Karu also assist us in, because we're doing this ourselves. There is no push of a button, and it takes time and energy and effort. And if there's no support, it makes it harder for us to do that, because we still have to do the things that we need to do to make sure that we supply and provide for ourselves and our out, right? That's why supporting is so important, because if there's more support, we can put more time into building the things that we're doing for you all. But when the support doesn't match where our time that we're investing in, we still have to make other things work, right? So, all this is worth whatever the value is to you, and that's perfectly fine. You're definitely able to feel that. But if there's anything that you want to, or anybody, wants to assist us in, and I always put that out, we don't have it all figured out. Everything ain't set up exactly how it's in the mind. It's a step-by-step process, brick by brick. And again, we're doing the work. No one's doing it for us. So, this is what it has to be, and again, the more support that we have, the more time that we can put towards this, and the more time that we can put towards the classes, and it's not just the classes, right? If you have any type of business, it's a structure, right? So not only do you create the classes, you got to organize the classes. Then you have to find a place to put the classes on that people can access to. Then you have to create a system to allow the people to have access to those. And then you have to create multiple levels of systems depending on who wants to support what. And then you have to continue to put it in a space that's accessible, right? So it's a system that has to be set up step by step by step by step by step, that with any business, any structure, until you put yourself in a position as one who can do that, it's hard to understand, all the steps and processes that it really takes to do what we do. I mean, we don't make profit for anything that goes on here. Everything is invested directly back into the House of ATTON, right? And the support that we utilize, and very open about, and we create the Pathways to Awakening, a physical event for everyone to come out, and we can build with each other in the physical flesh. That's what we do. So the support, dependent upon who supports, whatever they value is what you support. So if you value the teachings of Ma'at, if you value the Natiru, if you value what we're doing, then the support that comes in is utilized to help us grow and expand it and continue to take these sessions, to go to different platforms, to have the technologies to learn how to do the animations and bring these stories to life, and advance our skill set to bring the students, the Karu, on screen, to also allow their story to be told. And we're doing a lot, for very little. So appreciation goes a very long way, and just support goes a very long way, and also showing appreciation for the value that we actually put into this, because this is our Eid. We're doing this out of pure Meri for the Natiru, for Ma'at, for ourselves, right? So just keep that in mind when you're discovering and reevaluating your own criteria and values, because whatever your criteria and values are is what you will place most of your attention upon, subconsciously or consciously, and it'll always bleed through, right? So Quantum Hacker says, what apps can I use for my Kemetic studies? There's a dictionary that I use that I've showed and brought forward. It's called the Vega. Yeah, I'll put it in the chat for you all. And there's an actual app that you can download for this. And so there's a dictionary. Minty Hotep put a link there as well. What's that a link to? Okay, to the website, and then you can go to useful sources. But there's a dictionary app that you can use right there. That's free. That I recommend everyone download. All right. So wonderful. So yeah, I just wanted to speak on that a little bit and let everyone know that, hey, there's more for you all to receive and tap into, aside from these Sunday sessions. And we always say, for those who want to see other things implemented, or be the one to implement it, this is how we're actually going to grow. Is whatever, because that's one thing that we all implement when we say, hey, I want to see this, and then whatever it is that we want to see, we're the ones that have to step up to do it, right? Because we wanted to bring forward these teachings on a public level, for people, for many different reasons. We just put ourselves up here in the position to do it, right? And that's what it takes. It takes great sacrifice to come up here and do this, for sure. So definitely show your appreciation for the ones that are doing this, because if we don't do it, who's going to do it, right? So support those of us who are doing this out of our Eid, and facilitating through this matrix, so we can put ourselves in position to put all of our attention into this. Right now ain't that time, right? Because it takes support, right? And for those who are in particular positions, let's raise them up. Let's raise them up, because they're the ones in the position to do the thing, right? And it is gonna only trickle down and affect everybody in a positive way. So it's a very Nefer thing. houseofatton.org, and we appreciate all the great Meru, the great supporters of the House of Atton, the great Kuru of the House of Atton. And I've always said, those who have been here from the beginning, and those who support us through these times where, when you can look up and you see the numbers may be low, it's a step-by-step process. But when those numbers start to rise, in which they will, because continue to lead with the left, continue to step by step. When you do the work, you peka mku, we will definitely reach the heights that we feel and see and hear. And for those who support in these early times, will benefit greatly as those times arise, right? Because it's the sacrifice that we put in to bring content and teachings to you all for free. No one has to. You can just click a link for free. You don't have to ever send a support to receive anything on this YouTube channel. It's all free. So any support that we receive, we're very grateful for that. So yeah, great to Jet Sajim. I'll pass it to you and allow you to speak on anything that you like to speak on, great brother. And yeah, Hotep Henu.
Yeah, hey, Hotep. Hey, that was beautifully said. I don't know what else to add to that. I do like what Nukpu said earlier. Said put yourself in the presenter's shoes, right? Put yourself in the position to really work on something and to express creativity and want that to bring joy to others and help teach and help learn and understand everyone's story and what they spend time with, and like you said, all that's for free. Like this comes with a lot of time, man. A lot of time. We got families, you know what I mean? We got outs, we got multiple things that we juggle and take care of, and still have to not have to, but want to present and bring forth everything that we bring forth on a weekly basis. And we're giving our reps, we practicing these things, and like you said, we do all this for free. So that support definitely brings joy, and it definitely helps support the House of ATTON. So yeah, let's it's always good to think before you speak. Take the time to understand everything that's put into this, and but it won't be no bashing, man. You know what I mean? We here to continue to be a representation of the Natiru, and it's a beautiful place to be. So yeah, Hotep Henu and Uncle Jasanab.
Uncle Jasanab. Basatut says Tua for all the Or Senu, do for the Purim Aten and the Au Henu. Tua, great brother, for that. Yeah, it goes a long way, because Atef, are you adding something? Switch back here because but yes, the
the video wasn't loaded. I gotta reload it up.
Oh, okay.
So give me just a few minutes. I'm doing that right now.
Okay. So yes, it's a very powerful thing, and yeah, what me and the brothers talk about consistently, and one of the most significant things that hold us back from attaining the things that we want. There's many reasons why. If anybody is able to say, I want this thing, and hasn't attained it yet, then that means that there's something that you want that you haven't reached yet, right? And I don't know anybody who's attained and reached all the things that they want to do, right? And when I listen to Ptah Hotep, and he speaks about the Shemu and the craftsman, and there is no pinnacle, there is no peak to the works. That means that there's always creation in motion, right? And there's always things being built. So I'm very thankful for the Sebai, and those of us who do these teachings and speak on the ancestors. it just doesn't happen at the level that we're doing it in. You know, there's so many people who want to bring forth their own interpretations or make up their own reasons behind the writings versus going into the Medu Neter and showing. Yeah, people don't understand how much time this takes. No one goes into their job, clocks in, or don't clock in, just go in and start working. Just walk in the door. Don't hit the clock in button. Don't, whatever you got to do to make sure that they're calculating your time there. Don't do that. Just walk in and start working. And not just one day, every single day of every single week. So that's what we're doing. And we're learning how to master the matrix. And as we do it, teach you all how to do it as well. So what we're doing is in real time. And if you follow with what we're doing, you'll receive the benefit as well, you know. And again, there's sacrifice, there's challenge. You know, what are you willing to give up to receive the things that you want? And, you know, and we deal with a lot of people. So, you know, when it comes to support, which is the word meru, which is the same word for love, you know, it happens in so many different ways, right? And how we speak to each other is a very important part of that, because we're always up against the matrix and so many things that we have to work through, right? So yeah, it's always important to keep in mind the people that you're looking at, and that there's lives going. We hit live, go live, and then we hit in stream. The things don't just go away and stop, right? You know, I understand that we need some different type of classes as well, to really begin to shift our frequency, our thought process, our mindset, when it comes to criteria and values, because without those two things, there's always going to be confusion, right? And there's many different ways for us to begin to learn that information for ourselves. And these are practical things that we can do to begin to find these things out about ourselves. And so, yeah, here at the House of ATTON, with what we're doing, what we're bringing, it's invaluable, right? There's no value on bringing forward the true writings and teachings of the ancestors. There's no value on that, right? And we give it all away for free. And we're working on building a system of people who want to just take it further and assist us in building physical things, right? And being able to bring more teachings that will assist in breaking out of the matrix, because that's always the goal, right? For all of us, in whatever way that looks like. Because until I run into or meet anybody who says I have exactly what I want, exactly how I want it, and I'm able to get what I want when I want it, then there's always things to grow and expand on, and things for us to overcome, right? Yeah, Minty Hotep says, I've worked without clocking in plenty of times. It's a labor of love. Yeah, it's really, when you, and there's so many, when it comes to business, anytime you're running your own business, and you're working for yourself, and you don't have someone or any type of system, of guaranteed anything, it's far more difficult to work for yourself than it is to work for anybody else, right? When you work a job, you go in, you clock out. When you work for yourself, there is no clock. It's all day, 24/7. There is no day off. There is none of that, right? What you get out of what you put in. That's just what it is. If you are a business owner and you don't put any time, energy, effort into your business, it won't grow, right? If you're wanting to learn something, because it all finds itself founded in intention, right? What is your intention? And when we begin to become more aware of what our intention is, and that we walk a particular type of way, and you're wanting to build something, it's a completely shift in the frequency, especially when it comes to value. And that's what I say, because it ain't about finances. Finances is just a medium. It's just it's a means of transaction, right? Which underneath all of that is the value that you assign to the thing. So when we look at something and we place a value on it, it just shows a reflection of ourselves at the same time, because we're the one utilizing the thing that we're valuing and giving to. So it's always going to be an internal reflection. And I know I don't support anything where that doesn't value me. I'm about what's useful, what's not useful, right? And that's why anybody can go back to the very first podcast of Saba Tahuti and see my name showing the support throughout, from the very beginning to yesterday. So because why? Because I value the time that Saba puts into bringing forward the classes, even if that class has nothing to do with anything I want to learn about. I value the time that he's putting in to do what he does, to be able to afford us to learn from him. That's what I value, right? And that's what we're doing, right? It's the systems and the things that we're building. That's just a byproduct of being able to give those who want to support greater more value for what they're supporting for, right? That's the purpose of setting up the systems. Now what we put into those systems comes from us directly, and which again comes out of pure intent of wanting to teach, right? There's no finances, no personal profit coming from these classes here at the House of ATTON, right? And eventually we'll build up to a point to where we can create a system and bring people in and assign people certain things and create a space to provide a way of living, working with us and assisting us. But we got to get there first. We got to get there. We got to get there, right? Step by step. And for those who really appreciate what we're doing, we'll get the most value in return. And when it comes to immortality and these teachings, and I can speak from a direct place of example, that the Pekka Mku, with diving into what we're doing and setting the intention to truly understand and truly assist and help, the Natiru exist. Whatever that means for whoever is receiving these words is there's different layers and levels to that on what it means to you that the Natiru exists. But absolutely, we're at the very beginning, of what we're doing. We're a few years in, and just anybody look at the statistics. It's on a business side, right? Because I like to get people to look on from that side, because on the spiritual knowledge side, there's a bunch of poor energy injected right into that, to where people don't want to support the teachings, the knowledge, the way that they should, right? But all the ISFEC gets supported, all the whatever, get supported, right? And so there's a frequency permeating knowledge, information, teachings that is associated with poorness. That's just what I see, right? And I don't agree with that. I never agree with that at all. So we're flipping that and switching that for sure, because it all starts internally and how we look at the things that we put our time and our attention into, because time you don't get back. You don't get that back, you know? So great Atef, you good, great brother? I see the screen flicking and moving around.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Can you add the video? It's in the thing. It's not letting me add it for some reason. It's there to the side. Can you add it to the scene? It won't let me do it. I don't know if I got to go out.
0906.
Yeah, I don't know what. I might got to log off and log back in because I don't know. It's acting up. Let me go out.
Okay.
Hotep Netaru, welcome back, truth seekers and dig duggers. This is Digging for the Truth podcast. I'm Matthew Mythology, and
I'm Christina. The Christian Christensen Dua.
Okay, we'll wait for Atef to come back and let him get started. Peace and Hotep to A1 Richardson on Facebook with 3 eyes. Well, 2, 4, 6 eyes. Hotep to you. So yeah, we'll just wait on Atef to come back and get started. So again, the support links are pinned to the top. Oops. And they're also in the bio. So again, 2 out to everyone who supports. Super chat works. And you can send in a super chat as well. So, all right, great Atef, it's up and running. We had to take, because it was full, it wouldn't allow it to add, so I had to delete one of the videos there.
Okay.
And then it allowed it to add it.
All right, I knew it was something going on. All right, I appreciate it. I had to re-upload the video because I think the one that was there didn't have. I'm still learning how to work all the features, like you say. So, peace and love. Y'all ready?
Hotep,
We are
yes,
ready.
on you.
Hotep, great brothers. Yeah, I just want to just parlay on, echo a little bit of what you were saying. You know, it does take a lot of work, a lot of effort and energy, and you know, the more people support, the more we are able to do. Because this, I spend a lot of time just creating and just learning and growing and just trying to move forward. So, you know, I was real honored yesterday. I didn't even see it until today when Saba showed the blinding of truth by falsehood, and my video came up, and I showed my mate, and she be on me too. She's like, "Did you send the thumbnail? Did you do the thumbnail?" She's she be on it. But when I saw the video, you know, I looked and I was like, wow, I remember that video because the aspect ratio was off. I didn't know nothing about aspect ratios at that time. You know, the difference between 9:16, 16:9, you know, creating different projects for different screens. I wasn't aware of it at that time. So, but it's still there though. So I'm grateful for that. Go check that out. The Blinding of Truth by Falsehood. I did a visual reading, and then I was looking for something when I was creating this one, because I did one on Senusret the Third, a long time ago, and I found it on accident when I was looking, and I was just looking at the way I was creating the videos versus the way I do it now, and it is a learning process, man, and I love it. I love what I do, so I love doing this, which is creating and learning, and getting familiar with the stories our ancestors left behind for us so that we can evolve and Kepara. So Hotep Henu to all the supporters, all the crew, and all the future members, because we're building brick by brick. And yeah, so this reading right here, this is, like I said, I was going to go page by page. Ancient Egyptian Literature by William Kelly Simpson. And now I'm on page 166. And this story is called The Teaching of... Can I show it? Will I show? It's called The Teaching of King Amenemhat I for his son Senusret. And we will play it now. Hope you all appreciate it. Put a lot of work into it. Put my Eve in it. So I hope you guys appreciate it. Hotep Henu.
Hotep Neteru, welcome back, truth seekers and dig duggers. This is Digging for the Truth podcast. I'm Matthew Mythology, and
I'm Christina, the Christian Christensen Dua Imhotep. Beloved Shemsu, peace and praise be upon you. You who walk with ears open and hearts attuned. You who remember. Tonight we open the scroll of spirit, not inked on papyrus, but etched in silence. What you are about to hear is not fiction. Sedet is sacred teaching. A flame passed.
Hotep Neteru, welcome back, truth seekers and dig duggers. This is Digging for the Truth podcast. I'm Matthew Mythology, and
I'm Christina, the Christian Christensen Dua Imhotep. Beloved Shemsu, peace and praise be upon you. You who walk with ears open and hearts attuned. You who remember. Tonight we open the scroll of spirit, not inked on papyrus, but etched in silence. What you are about to hear is not fiction. Sedet is sacred teaching. A flame passed through time. From a father now among the stars to a son made king on earth.
this tale is not whispered by historians or scholars. It is Medu Netcher, divine speech. Speech that comes not from breath, but from the radiant, transfigured one. A Ka, the spirit of the justified dead. King Amenemhat, Amenemhat I, returns not to haunt, but to teach. He returns from the Duat, the realm of stars, the hidden world. This is one of the most dramatic political confessions ever written in Kemetic history. It's essentially the house of cards of the ancient world.
And what he brings is more than warning. It is Heka and Haiti, a magic for the heart. It is an intimate utterance filled with pain, power, and vulnerability. A father's voice echoing through eternity. Amenemhat I, founder of the 12th dynasty around 1991 BCE, was a truly powerful king. He built massive palaces, launched campaigns, and stabilized the kingdom after a period of chaos. And yet, this tale shows even such a powerful ruler as a man betrayed, not a god.
It completely shatters our image of untouchable god kings. Amenemhat was not born in opulence. He came from Ta Shemo, the southern land. He rose not by lineage, but by sacred command. Jazer Heka, divine and unshakable power. He worked his way up to become pharaoh, only to be assassinated by his own guards.
He truly restored the Semitawi, the two lands, reuniting the fractal heart of Kemet. He rebuilt what was broken. He restored Ma'at. Examination, balance, truth, justice. He pushed back Isfet, disorder, corruption, lies. He ruled like the rising sun. His justice was wide, and his protection like the shade of a sycamore tree in summer. And still, one night, the knife fell in the dark. And he spoke the words that chill us to this day.
It was one who ate my bread who raised his arm against me. Or, as another version states, it was one who ate my bread who conspired against me. One to whom I had given my support devised dread deeds. That is Rexebe, when the familiar face becomes the hidden dagger. This isn't your typical divine pharaoh speech. It's a ghost king warning his son, don't trust anybody. They tried to kill me. They caught me slipping, yo. Loafing in the open, bing bong.
So brutal to imagine. Someone he fed, clothed, mentored, turning on him like that. His enemies were not from Amu lands, not Nahasu warriors, not strangers. His hem to you. His court, his companions, betrayed him. His Rekyet, the common folk, turned. Even his Sahu, his bodyguards. Even his Mer'ut, his beloved. The palace, once a sanctuary, became the silent theater of betrayal. This all happened at night. He says, none is strong at night. None walks alone. In Medu Neter, Nen, Sekru, Emger-e. Nen, Shemsre her F.
That line, no one is strong at night, none can fight by himself, actually became a proverb in ancient Kemet. But here it's tragic. He's describing how he was blindsided, likely while half asleep in his chambers, and the guards who were supposed to protect him were in on it. That completely upends everything we think we know about pharaonic power. It's the first time in Egyptian literature that a king is shown as vulnerable. Not a god, but a man betrayed.
It truly flips the script on the invincibility of pharaohs. But Matthew, we've heard some scholars suggest that this wasn't just a heartfelt message, but also royal propaganda. What are your thoughts on that?
That's where it gets really interesting. Some scholars propose this text was written during Senusret's reign to legitimize his rule. After all, what better way to gain authority than to have your dead father bless you and warn others against disloyalty? It's a super convenient scroll for Senusret. Trust no one, my son, except you. You are worthy. Rule in my name.
A compelling political strategy, if that were the case. However, the emotion in it still feels incredibly real to me. Amenemhat lists all the things he did. How he cared for orphans, raised up the poor, brought peace to the land. He fed the hungry, Jed to Kenket he clothed the poor. Hink Sabot pronunciation, Henk suit. He raised the orphan. Stepenhrai with pronunciation, Sehotep and Heru Ut. He even states, I made the beggar into a noble. Iri, he, and Sheps. And yet that same system, those same people turned on him.
He's essentially saying, look, I did everything right, I helped everyone I could, and they still tried to kill me. But Amenemhat does not return with rage. He returns with clarity. He offers his son Senusret this advice. Don't let kindness make you blind. It's so raw, like he's processing his own downfall through the only thing he has left, his voice. The ones we raise up with open palms, maybe the ones who strike first.
It's a truth deeper than royal decree. Even kings are vulnerable. Even power needs protection. Even those who live by Ma'at can be betrayed. It forces us to ask what this tells us about the nature of power itself, that good deeds alone aren't enough to protect a leader.
And yet, his son listened. Senusret I, known as Keperkara, he ruled with Rek, wisdom, Sa, understanding, and upheld Ma'at. He went on to rule for decades, expanded Egypt's borders, built magnificent monuments, and avoided assassination. He apparently learned how to play the game.
He raised temples not only for glory, but for Ausar, Het Heru, Hathor, Jehuti. He ruled not with fear, but with memory. And unlike his father, he was not betrayed. We don't know if he ever cried reading that scroll, but he clearly listened.
Perhaps the spell worked. The father's sorrow became the son's protection. This was Hotep D. Nesu, a peace offering from the spirit of a king. Not just a warning, but a shield. It's essentially how to turn personal pain into practical wisdom. He's saying, learn from my mistakes so you don't have to learn them the hard way.
And the sheer endurance of this text is remarkable. This tale was copied. Not once, not twice, but for generations. The fact that copies were found centuries later shows how powerful and popular it was. The most well-known copy was on Papyrus Millingen from the 18th dynasty, though sadly that one has been lost. But the text lives on. It is more than history. It is a mirror.
It speaks to a sophisticated understanding of power dynamics. Amenemhat isn't just talking about personal betrayal. He's analyzing how institutions work, how success can breed resentment, how power structures can turn against their leaders. When he talks about how none walks alone, he's touching on something universal about leadership isolation. This is rare to see ancient rulers showing this kind of emotional honesty. It truly humanizes the throne. Amenemhat isn't just some golden statue. He's a father, betrayed and bleeding, warning his son.
And the psychological insight here is incredible. He's admitting that the very qualities that made him successful, his generosity, his trust, might have been what led to his downfall. The way he processes that realization is profound. This wasn't just practical advice. It was about maintaining cosmic order, what they called ma'at. That spiritual framework really adds depth to the story.
This is arguably the world's first recorded political testament. Nothing like this existed before, where a ruler speaks so candidly about the challenges and dangers of leadership. It humanizes the throne. Strip away the gold, the palaces, the crocodile hunts, and you're left with a father trying to shield his child from the pain he endured.
It speaks of IB, heart, Haiti, heart-mind, Bea, soul, Ka, life force, Ren, true name, Shemsu, companions, Heket, leadership. These are not just parts of Amenemhat, they are parts of you.
Remove the crown, strip away the gold, and you will find a father's voice, a wounded heart, a final teaching. Love does not protect you from betrayal, but remembrance might. This humanizes the throne. The fact that we're still finding this relevant today speaks volumes about its universal themes. Whether you're running a country or a company, these questions about trust, power, and leadership remain incredibly pertinent.
The text really challenges our modern assumptions about ancient leadership. We tend to think of ancient rulers as simple autocrats, but this shows a much more nuanced understanding of power. It became a kind of handbook for future pharaohs, teaching them about the delicate balance between power and vulnerability. Looking at current leadership challenges, the most relevant lesson from this ancient text is the recognition that power doesn't protect you from human nature.
Exactly. Whether you're a pharaoh or a CEO, you need to balance trust with awareness, idealism with pragmatism. The text isn't saying, don't trust anyone. It's saying, trust wisely. That's a crucial distinction. It's not advocating for paranoia, but for informed caution.
And that's perhaps why this text has endured for 4 millennia. It's not just about assassination and betrayal. It's about the fundamental challenges of leading other human beings. It ultimately carries a message of hope, doesn't it? Despite the tragedy, it shows that wisdom can emerge from failure, and that learning from others' experiences can help us navigate our own challenges more successfully.
That's exactly right. In the end, this ancient ghost story turns out to be less about haunting and more about helping, a father's final gift to his son, and through him, to all future leaders who must navigate the delicate balance between power and vulnerability. It's a timeless story of power, trust, betrayal, and family. The same themes that run through everything from Succession to Shakespeare, but this one's 4,000 years older.
So next time you think ancient Egypt was all pyramids and rituals, remember Amenemhat I, the ghost king with a broken heart and a warning. He's a father trying to shield his child from the pain he endured.
And remember, none is strong in darkness. None walks alone.
Let us now seal this teaching with the breath of those before us. Dua and Amenemhat. Praise to Amenemhat. Ankh, Udja, Seneb, life, strength, health. Ma'at Hotep. May truth bring you peace. Big Ma'at. We need to use this knowledge, this power, this Medu, to make a difference in the world. We need to be the change we want to see. We need to build the future our ancestors envisioned and pave the way for us.
We need your help to spread this message. Hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, share this episode with everyone you know. Post it on your socials, tag us. Come join us, House of ATTON, ancient Tahutian teachings of Nateru. Back to the source, we the original axemen.
Let's show the world that we're not just passive consumers of information. We're active participants in our own liberation. We're reclaiming our culture, one papyrus at a time. They taught you what to think, not how to think.
We are the descendants of greatness, and together, we will rise like the Aku, brick by brick, Hotep Ma'at.
Walk in Ma'at. Speak with Heka. I am the scribe who lives in truth. I guard the words of the ancestors. I do not let the wisdom of Kemet be buried. I inscribe for you as Jehuti writes upon the sky. Ma'at Hotep, may truth bring you peace. Keep the fire burning. Keep the knowledge flowing and keep digging for the truth. You dig?
Hotep Hennu, Pata and Dajed, the House of Aten. This is the teaching of King Amenemhat I, a voice from the beyond, spoken as the Ba of Amenemhat I, addressing his son Senusret. I am Amenemhat, son of Ra, king of the two lands, ruler of Kemet. I speak not from the palace, but from the Duat, the land beyond. My Ba returns to utter what must be heard. O Senusret, my son, heir of my crown and keeper of my throne, listen and live. I was king, and I was betrayed. My reign of prosperity. I ruled for 30 years, taming the land and the flood. I made the borders safe, fed the hungry, and sheltered the weak. I built temples for the Netjer Aru and brought Hetep to the land, the quiet before the storm. But even I was struck. I rested my body, thinking peace reigned, alone in the darkness of my chamber. The unseen betrayal. They came not strangers, not rebels, but those I had raised, those who called me father. They entered with soft feet and silent blades. The knife was swifter than loyalty, and I fell into silence. The lesson of kingship. So now, my son, learn what it means to wear the crown. Do not trust too easily. The mouth that praises you may curse you in secret. The hand that pours your wine may seek your blood. Be still. Be watchful. Let no man know your full thoughts. Keep your heart guarded as your palace gates. The lion who lies too long becomes meat for jackals. Rule with Ma'at, but rule with strength. You are not a friend. You are a king. You are not a man among men. You are a nectar on earth. Rule with justice. Rule with balance, but never forget, the eye of Horus watches not only the people, it must watch the throne itself. Speak Heka, words that create, words that command. Do not shout, do not weep. A king rules with silence, not noise. What I gave you peace, I gave you gold, I gave you the people's love and the respect of enemies. The bowmen of Cush feared my name. The desert tribes paid tribute, the temples were full, the Nile rose in joy. But all of this can vanish in a breath. Peace and prosperity. 30 years of stability with borders secure and people fed under wise rule. Wealth and tribute. Gold flowed from Nubia, tribute from desert tribes, and temples overflowed with offerings. Divine favor. The Nile rose in joy, the gods blessed the land, and Mayat reigned supreme. Protect what I gave you, guard the throne, trust the netters, and trust no man too much. Final words from the Duat. Let your Ka be strong. Your life force must endure through all trials and tribulations of rule. Let your Ba soar high like the Bennu bird. Your soul must rise above earthly concerns to see with divine wisdom. Let your Ku shine like the stars. Your spiritual light must illuminate the path for all who follow. When the people chant your name, let them say, he ruled with Mah'at. He remembered the warning. He did not sleep in foolish peace. When you rise each morning, think of me. And when you sleep, keep your eyes and your heart open. I go now to sail with Ra. I enter the eternal fields, but I watch from the sky. Rule well, my son, and I shall rise again in peace. Renetha, seketi netjer, ankenta, au erha. Your name travels through the field of light. The netter come in life upon the earth, rising toward your heart. Ankh Uja Seneb, Netjer Ma'at, Netjer Tanefer, life, prosperity, health, the divine in truth, the divine in beauty. Dua Netjer and Ma'at, praise to the divine in truth. Dua Netjer and Nefer, praise to the divine in beauty. Ankh Uja Seneb, life, strength, health. Ma'at Hetep, may Ma'at bring peace. Dua Netcher and Ma'at, Dua Netcher and Nefer. Ankh Uja Seneb, Ma'at Hetep. The name Amenemhat is a royal name, meaning Amun is foremost, or Amun is at the forefront. Breaking down the components, Amun, the hidden and transcendent Netjer, god of air, wind, and the unseen power, a creator and royal protection deity. M, a preposition meaning in, at, or with. Hat, front, foremost, or led, denoting precedence, leadership, or prominence. Lead, foremost, front, hat. Get it? Thus, Amenemhat expresses the idea of the king as one who leads or is led by Amun, an embodiment of divine authority and success as ordained by the Netjer Amun. The name is a proclamation affirming divine kingship under the protection and embodiment of Amun, the hidden and creator, Netjer. Join me as I give dua to the Nesu Biti, sacred hymn to King Amenemhat I. Hymn of the horizon, praise to Amenemhat, he who rises again. Dua neter, dua neter, dua neter. Praise to the God, praise to the God, praise to the God. Hail to you, Amenemhat, King of Light, son of Ra. He who rose like the morning sun over the white crown of the south. He who stretched his hand over the two lands, bringing peace where there was war, order where there was confusion, Ma'at, where there had been Isfet. You tamed the flood and commanded the river. You gathered the waters like cattle and herded them into the fields. The land blossomed beneath your gaze. Grain rose in joy at the sound of your voice. The poor were filled, the weak were lifted, and the gods received their offerings in full. You wore the white crown of Upper Kemet. You wore the red crown of Lower Kemet. You sat upon the throne of Heru. You stood as Jed, stable and enduring. Your heart was Ma'at, your speech Heka. Your sword was swift, your mind sharper still. Enemies trembled at your border. The bowmen of Cush bowed their heads. The eastern nomads turned their faces to the sand. The Libyans brought gold. The Asiatics brought incense, and the desert gave you turquoise without battle. But the heart of man is deep as the Nile. Even the gods are betrayed. You were struck not by strangers, but by those who drank from your cup. They whispered in laughter and rose in silence. They struck while you slept, but you awoke in eternity. Now you dwell in the Duat, seated beside Osiris, crowned with eternity. Your Ka shines like Ra at the zenith. Your Ba flies as the Bennu over the temples. Your Ren is carved into stone. Your memory kept in the hearts of scribes. O Amenemhat, divine among the West, come in peace through the beautiful West. Your son Senusret builds in your name. Your name rises on pylons and obelisks. Your words still instruct. Your voice still speaks, and your crown still gleams in the minds of kings. Dua Amenemhat, Neb Mat, Sarah, praise to Amenemhat, Lord of Truth, Son of Ra, Ankh, Uja, Seneb, Jetnefer, life, strength, health, forever in beauty. Ma'at Hotep, may truth bring peace. Renetha, Sekati Nejer, Ankanta, Au Erha, your name travels through the field of light. The netter come in life upon the earth, rising toward your heart. Ankh, Uja, Seneb, Necher Ma'at, Necher Tanefer, life, prosperity, health, the divine in truth, the divine in beauty. Dua Netcher and Mahat, praise to the divine in truth. Dua Netcher and Nefer, praise to the divine in beauty. Ankh Uja Seineb, life, strength, health. Ma'at Hetep, may Ma'at bring peace. Dua Netcher and Ma'at, Dua Netcher and Nefer. Ankh Uja Seineb, Mahat Hetep.
The teaching of King Amenemhat I for his son Senusret. This text is highly unusual in that it is based on a theme which was a virtual contradiction of the Egyptian concept of the divinity of the monarch. The whole tenor and atmosphere of the text is dependent upon its account of the assassination of Amenemhat I, and hence its general nature is pervaded with pessimism and with a realization of the less than secure position of the monarch. The main advice given to the new king is that he must constantly be on his guard against treachery, have no intimate friends, and put his trust in no man, a far cry from the positive and optimistic world of the old kingdom monarchy. The setting of the work is in the 12th dynasty, in the 30th year of Amenemhat I, and it is likely that its composition dates from some time
shortly thereafter, i.e., during the reign of his successor, Senusret I. The text is presented as an address given by Amenemhat I after his assassination to Senusret, presumably in a dream or vision, although this is nowhere specifically stated. There is a theory that Amenemhat had been assassinated in the 30th year of his reign, and the throne was passed to his son, Senusret, who had also been his co-regent. This is the first known occurrence of a co-regency in Egyptian history. The succession of Senusret to the throne was probably not accomplished without some internal troubles, as is attested by the story of Senusret. However, opinions on the assassination of Amenemhat and on the co-regency differ. Some would suggest that there was an unsuccessful assassination attempt on Amenemhat during the year, which leaving him disabled led to a co-regency with Senusret. Other scholars would question whether or not there was ever a co-regency. The actual composition, written mainly as a piece of political propaganda, probably dates from the reign of Senusret, and its author may have been ascribed by the name of ATTON or Kati. The popularity of the work in antiquity is attested by the fact that numerous copies of at least parts of it have been found. The chief source of the text is Papyrus Millingen, dating from the 18th dynasty. This papyrus is now lost, but a copy of the text contained on it was made by A. Pyron in 1843. The third page of Papyrus Millingen has been largely destroyed, and hence the latter third of the work is supplied from Papyrus Salier II, from various ostraca, and from a writing board in the Brooklyn Museum. The line numbers of the following translation are those of Papyrus Millingen. For the earliest publication of the text, see F.L.L. Griffith, The Millingen Papyrus, Zas 34, 1896, 35-51. There have been several other editions, the most recent being W. Helk, Der Text der Lehre Amenemhats Erster für seinen Sohn, Wiesbaden 1969, 1986. It is this edition that has been used in the preparation of the following translation. For other contemporary translations of the text, the reader may wish to consult Merriam-Lichtheim, Ancient Egyptian Literature, Volume 1, Berkeley, 1973, 135-139, and R.B. Parkinson, The Tale of Sinu and Other Ancient Egyptian Poems, 1940-1640 BC, Oxford 1997, 166-99. The latter translation also includes a good number of useful notes. There is also the translation by R.O. Faulkner in the earlier edition of this book. For a study of the text, C.H. Godica, Studies in the Instruction of King Amenemhat I for his son, San Antonio, 1988. The propaganda aspect of the text has been examined by C.A. Theriot. The Instruction of Amenemhat as Propaganda, Yarsi 30, 1993, 151-160, V.A.T. The beginning of the instruction given by His Majesty, the King of Upper and Lower Egypt, Sehetep Ib Re, LHP, son of Re, Amenemhat justified when he spoke, revealing truth to his son, the Lord of all. He said, "You who have risen as a god, give heed to what I shall say to you." The formula "risen as a god" seems to imply that Senusret has only recently assumed the position of monarch, so that you may reign over the land, rule the shores of the Nile, and bring about an abundance of what is good and beneficial. Maintain your vigilance against those who should be subordinate to you, but who turn out not to be so, men in whose loyalty one can place no trust. Do not let yourself be alone with them. Put no trust in a brother. Acknowledge no one as a friend. Do not raise up for yourself intimate companions, for nothing is to be gained from them. When you lie down at night, let your own heart be watchful over you, for no man has any to defend him on the day of anguish. I was generous to the pauper. I sustained the orphan. I caused him who had nothing to become at length like a man of means. But it was one who ate my bread, who conspired against me, one to whom I had given my support, devised dread deeds thereby. Those clad in my fine linen behaved toward me like worthless louts, and those anointed with my myrrh made my way slippery before me. O you my living images, you who share mortality with me, make mourning for me, mourning such as has never been heard, for the burden of that struggle was such as had never been seen. When one fights on the field a struggle with the past forgotten, excellence is of no avail to him who knows not what he should know. It was after supper, when darkness had fallen, and I had decided to take an hour of relaxation. I was lying on my bed, for I was tired, and I started to drift off to sleep. Poured water under me, or in the arena, or excellence is of no avail to him who knows not him whom he should know, i.e., no matter how excellent and skilled a monarch may be, it will be useless to him if he's unable to recognize the characters of those around him, literally. My heart began to follow my sleep. Weapons intended for my protection were raised against me while I acted like a snake of the desert. I woke up to the fighting, pulled myself together, and found that it was a skirmish of the palace guard. If I could have quickly taken weapons in my hand, I would have made the cowards retreat in turmoil. But no one is strong at night, and none can fight by himself. No successful result can come about without an ally. And so ruin occurred while I was without you, when the courtiers had not yet heard that I would hand over the throne to you, when I had not yet sat down with you so as to confirm your succession. For I was not ready for it. I did not expect it. My heart had not conceived of indolence of the part of the servants. Had women ever organized the troops? Are revolutionaries ever educated right within the palace? Is the flood let loose so that it may destroy the land? Are people ruined through their own actions? Misfortune had never come near to me since my birth, and there has never arisen one equal to me in doing deeds of valor. I subdued the land as far as Yebu, and turned my course back to the delta. I stood on the borders of the land and perused its interior. I fulfilled the supremacy of power by the manifestation of my might. I was one who increased the grain, for I was favored by Nipri. Happy gave me honor on every field, so that none hungered during my years, none thirsted therein. Men took their ease through what I had done, and recounted legends about me, for I ordered everything in its proper place. I subdued lions, I captured crocodiles, I enslaved the men of Nubia, took prisoner the Medjay, and I forced the Asiatic tribes to cower away like dogs. I have raised for myself a palace adorned with gold, its portals of lapis lazuli, its walls of silver, its doors of copper with bolts of bronze. It has been built for eternity and constructed to endure throughout all ages. This I know, for I was its Lord for all time. Verily mobs are now in the streets. The wise man says yes, while the ignorant says no. For he who is devoid of your guidance knows nothing. Senusret, my son, as my feet depart this life, my only concern is for you, and my eyes are fixed upon you. May those who were born in a happier time give you praise in the presence of all the people. Behold, I have established the foundation, so that I might ensure the outcome for you. I have accomplished what was in my heart. For you, wear the white crown, the privilege of the gods' progeny. What has been determined will come to its proper pass, according as I have begun it for you. I have entered into the bark of Re. Succeed to your kingship, which was created of old. In all that I have accomplished, there is none who can do the same. Erect your monuments and make your throne distinguished. Strive in the presence of His Majesty, Ankh Uja Saneb. The text has been well transcribed from its beginning to its end, as it was found in writing.
What's up, great brothers? What you think?
Hey, peace. Hotep. Hey, number one, I need that beat on that second part.
Cynthia?
That beat, yeah, was it Cynthia?
The slow one?
Yeah, the slow one. That one was. Hey, I was like, man, that's a perfect beat. I don't know where he get that at. I was like, that's a never beat. Hey, do out for the visuals, man. It looks crisp. It looks good. She made sure we said Henu. What she said, do out to the material. She had a little aggressiveness really quick on it. I was like, okay, she making sure we up. She making sure we had the right tone. Make sure you get that proper adoration. Hey, shouts out to you, Atef. This was a good one, man. Hey, man, that had to be cold, man, to get betrayed by your own. Just to, man, I can't even fathom that, man. To get betrayed like that, man. But it was a good reading, man. Good reading. To it, man. You to me, I think you've definitely upgraded yourself with putting these visuals together. I don't see no struggle in it for you, man. It looked too good. It looked too good. I don't know. I know you always be talking about something going on, and hey, man, it looked good though. But I understand what it takes to put them visuals together, man. A lot of people gotta understand, man. A lot of them prompts, man. Some of that stuff don't be free, man. You gotta. Yeah, there's money invested in putting all that stuff together, man. There's things there's money being put together putting those type of things together, and you got to make sure it's right too, because you don't want to use all your credits up and stuff like that, man. You got to make sure the prompt is perfect. You know what I mean? You got to make sure it's to your expectations. Hey, but do out to you, man. I appreciate all the energy, all the love you put into this. Yeah, man. Hotep Henu, man. Do out to you.
Nini, a great brother. Yeah, it does. It take a lot. I don't know for that. So this one, I think I used. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, probably about 10 programs. I can't even think, like, seriously. Man, I tell you, when I be so, it takes so much energy. It look like it's easy. So it take a lot of energy, man. When I'm done, I was like literally drained when I finished about 5 something. I was literally drained, and this one it seemed like I was behind the whole time when I was creating it, right? Because I was traveling a lot, I wasn't home a lot. I took my computer with me, but I had to buy a little small screen, like additional screen, because I need the extra space. It really take a lot of energy out of me. I'm grateful though, and I'm glad that Saba showed that yesterday. That the one video that I did a long time ago is the number one for the truth um, blinded by falsehood. And when I look at that one, I don't even recognize it because it wasn't done, and the pictures wasn't the right shape. I didn't know how to create the pictures at that time. I was creating rectangular pictures and just making it fit. And I was doing whole presentations with the whole aspect ratio going. You remember Ani asked? He said, "Hey, are you doing that on purpose?" I didn't know. I didn't know that. I didn't know. Hey, look, I didn't know, man. So I'm growing. I'm definitely growing, and I'm loving the process of learning, and that is a good thing um, to be able to create these. And you're right about the prompts. You got to get the prompts right to get what you want exactly, and then representing the house of Aten, they have to speak properly. They have to, it has to be right. Like, so you can't just. And I'm gonna tell you guys something, because I use a lot of the technology that's out there. It's very, very, very biased. Very, very, very racist, very biased. You're creating. So that in itself is a lot. I have personally had several programs say, we just can't do the prompt. We can't do it. It's an error. Seriously, and I'll reword, but that teaches you, because then you find out what word they don't like. Oh, you don't like dark skin. Oh, you change that to remove just dark skin, and then they'll just create something. Put in white skin, they'll create something. Put in dark skin, they won't create it at all. Sometimes it just depends. I've had several problems like that. Not even trying to create, not even like using, let's say, the word dark skin, but just, it's very important with the prompting, and then with the dialogue, because I got to create the dialogue for three different people. My dialogue is the actual writing, but what I'm finding out and how I'm feeling, I don't like the commentary that's at the beginning of the story. Oh, this is propaganda. This is just a theory. This is a myth. I don't like that. Even though I read it, because, like I said, if someone goes to get the book, right, and they see that, and you see the book, I want them to see what's in the book, even though it might not necessarily, it might just be, can you see the book? Oh, let me hold it back.
Yeah, we can see
Right?
it. It's going in and out, but yeah, we definitely see it. Yeah, see it now. Perfect.
So I don't like the commentary. He said it's all propaganda. I don't like, they be disrespectful in there sometimes, but I read it anyway. Again, like I said, just because if someone is new to the story like I am, and then they read that, but they don't have a teacher like Saba, then they wouldn't know, that the word myth doesn't mean make believe. You know what I mean? So I don't like to do that. But 2 out for your Medu, great brother. This one, man, I was very, very exhausted, like mentally, when I finished.
They don't understand when you put all that work in. You like, man, that how long it takes to put 40 minutes of work together.
Right. I love it though. I love it.
Yeah, for sure.
And Saba said, to keep up, keep doing what I'm doing. My purpose was to just learn. That was my purpose. I got here because I just want to learn and grow and evolve and kept the rock. And it led to this. It led to me reading the stories of our ancestors, because I know I was shamed when Saba said, we know who Clark Kent turns into. We know who Bruce Banner is. We know who, you name it, man. I know who listen, I used to argue with people about, can Daredevil be Spider-Man? I used to have them arguments, foolishly. So, So yeah, I appreciate it, and it did. I was super exhausted. Once I finished, I was exhausted, man. I had to go take a shower, and then I was in the shower. I felt like I was turning in. I felt like I had a helmet on. I felt like I was literally transforming under the water. Literally, bro. Like seriously. And that's when I thought to myself, I said, man, I gotta watch the Moon Knight. That was the thought that I had because I'm like, yo, I feel like I'm transforming. Like I really, that's the only thing I can say. It sounds strange, but I'm just telling you what I felt. When I finished, I was exhausted. And then I went to upload it and it wouldn't take. The computer shut down when I went to upload it. That's why I had to re-upload it because what you was talking about the credits, some of the credits weren't on the finished product, right? You have to like when you finish. Those of you that create and that use these programs, right? Sometimes they have free features and they have premium features. So I guess I just create, man, but I guess it's premium features on what I did. And so I go to upload it, but none of it took. So it was just a bare bones. I don't even know what didn't take. So that's why I had to pull it down. And as you guys were talking, I was re-uploading it or re-exporting it first and then uploading it with the features. And the thing is, I didn't know what took, what didn't take. And I watch it as I'm creating it, but sometimes it's hard to watch it straight through when you're in that creative process. And now get them to speak Medu now. Now get the AI to speak Medu. You understand? That's a whole nother challenge, right? To get the pronunciation correct, to make sure they speak in the right words. I love it though. It's a beautiful process because I know for a fact that nobody is out there making the AI speak Medu. No one is out there visualizing the papyruses. And like I told you guys, you might see this story done 10 times because I'm going to go through the book, then I'm going to go through another book, then I'm going to go through another book, then I'm going to go through another book, then I'm going to go back to this book because I already see, I'm like, okay, I could have did this one different. I could have did this one different. And then we have a time limit, right? I know I got 3 weeks to have something ready, but I don't allow the pressure to pressure me. I don't accept the pressure of creating. I just allow the process to motivate me. And when you live Mahat and you in it, I had to do stuff with my family yesterday. I was busy, and then I had to make time for this, and it's a beautiful thing, man. So Hotep, they news to you, great brother. My mate is on me, right? Because I'm gonna say this out loud while Scribe is here. So Scribe be texting me for the thumbnail, right? So in my mind, before I start the project, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make the thumbnail and have it and get it to him. But it don't come out right. It don't come out in that moment when I'm in the beginning. Then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it in the middle. It don't come out right. Like I don't know. You can't fake it. And then my mate, she'll say, my lady this morning, she said, did you subscribe to? Did you send the thumbnail? Right? Because she knows sometimes I wasn't making it. Like I'll be so caught up in creating and making the project that I forget to make the thumbnail. And she put the pressure on me. So she left today. And when she came back, the first thing she said, she didn't even greet me. She said, did you send the thumbnail? So, you know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing because it's support. You know what I mean? It's motivation and support. She's not letting me have no excuses. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I appreciate you, brother. And And I just got to keep moving forward, man. And you know, my goal is to echo the nectar. My goal is to learn and teach at the same time, and teach the youth, and explain these the stories, man. So I don't know if you know this, right? So the podcast, the first part with Matthew and Christina, they were explaining it, right? They were having a conversation about it, right? That's the explanation. In layman's terms, two people just talking. You ear hustling, you hear this, you can learn, right? Two people talking, okay? But the second part, I'll always have Christina. She a little older, she more mature. She done got younger now. You see, she done got a facelift. I don't know if Christina, I don't know if Christina on drugs, she was moving a lot. You know, one part she was, I don't know, I was trying to make her stop moving, but I don't know.
They get into that life, man. They get into that life, start being successful.
Yeah, right. So Christina was moving a lot, and Cynthia is the second one, Cynthia Pseudo, right? So she got a facelift. She looked younger. She done went and touched the fountain of youth, right? So I don't know if you noticed, but she's the mature, breaking it down one, right? But in this one, she created her own story about it. She was breaking it down in her own words this time. It was different than I normally do it. So I did that. I tried that, and I'm getting better with the effects. I'm learning different techniques. The more I mess up, I'm not even learning as I go. I'm learning with how I mess up, and I'm enjoying it. I really am enjoying it. Like, even though I say it took a lot of energy, like I was like drained mentally. I was like, man, I gotta go on tonight. I'm like, I gotta have these done a week before, and I tried, but after I got out the shower, you know, I refreshed and I was good. I uploaded it and it was good to go. But trying to teach the AI to speak Medu Neter correctly, the pronunciation right, because you know it's the frequency. So I got to keep the frequency right. And yeah, man, I'm honored to be able to do this. I'm honored to be able to learn and grow and continue to move forward. So I'll tell you guys something, right? Look at this right here. So I'm gonna say this, Robert. He said, teach the AI so they have a reference. Man, listen to me, guys. I use I use so many different programs to create the AI, to create the pictures. I created everything, the Jed, the music and all. You say you want that beat, right? That's a prompt, man.
Yo, you create what?
That's a prompt.
Okay, we got it. That's when we get off the screen. We got to have a conversation.
So I'm finna tell y'all something, right? The AI, it scared me with this presentation because I gave it a command and the command that the answer that it gave me back almost frightened me. Almost. It definitely let me know that the Neter it confirmed for me that the Neter are real, based on the answer that the AI gave me back. Now, of course, it's based on what I teach the AI, but I wasn't expecting the answer that I got. I wasn't expecting what it said to me. So I just want to tell everybody to do as my great brother Ani says, do my because you can't fake it, man. You really can't. I was almost frightened with the answer. That I can't go deep into it, but I gave it a command. It wasn't even a question. It was a command. And the answer that it gave me back. And then this is the thing. So I tried it with different programs, and the answer wasn't the same. And yeah, man, they know what's going on out here, man. I'm gonna tell y'all that. I'm gonna tell everybody that's listening. These people know what's going on out there. So I'm grateful to be able to take this technology and use it in a way that is responsible and in a way that I'm positive that the Natiru are pleased with. Because if I was not on this frequency that I'm on, and the command that I gave it and the answer that it gave me back, it would have frightened me. I mean, like literally, it would have literally frightened me. But it didn't, because my foundation is Ma'at. So, Tua for that, great brother. I just wanted to, that's what was on my eve. I just wanted to share that with everybody. And I'm glad everybody appreciated it, because I definitely put a lot into it. So I appreciate your support, and continue to support that which supports you. And I hope and look forward to everybody learning the lessons and gaining and growing from what our ancestors left behind, because it's never. No tap hinu to you, great brothers.
Tep, mic check.
Loud and clear.
Mic check. We can hear you, great brother.
All right, Hotep Marie or Sin, Tua, to both you great brothers for those powerful words, and great to Jed. These productions are definitely producing, and it's a step-by-step process, and that's that's why I love that we're doing this in real time, because it's a reflection, right, of what's really taking place on a deeper internal level for us. And the more that we refine Peka Imku and Kepara, that which what we produce will also reflect that. And so we're seeing it in real time, and it's just super nefer. The images, the animations, the dynamic of the glowing symbols, and when we can transform those into the Medu, that's fire. The Ka hands were great, were nefer. It was just beautifully, seamlessly able to, the animations were just nefer. And I really appreciate the time that you put into that, because yes, none of what you see coming on these screens we have to invest in these things. So in all different types of ways. And yes, Tefrim Kim, he's been saying that he makes everything, and until it's like, wow, until we like tap in, and it's like that whole entire process, the music, I heard him say that, and that's phenomenal. That's pure independent creativity, as an artist, bringing forward an image, an idea, and allowing others to step into your world. That deserves support. So Tua, for bringing this forward, and for and also for Shantae for making sure that you're sending the thumbnail, and dua for that.
On his head, Patah, on his head.
On his top. He said he felt like he had a helmet on. Yeah, that was Shantae. so dua for that. Yeah, this deserves a lot of attention and Marie and cultivation, because you're right, Atef. It's not being done anywhere. No one's doing this at all, and even just on a fundamental level. And this is why I love another thing that you said when you're reading the book, and even you can put a disclaimer in there as well, and just speaking about it as well, to make a separation between this is what is in mainstream versus this is what the scribes actually wrote and said, and you create a separation that's clear by speaking about it. So Tua for speaking on that, and letting that be known for sure, because the way that these Egyptologists, I don't care what level of PhD they got, the system that they're schooled into, it's a system. So it's already set up and established. It's just that they're investing more time into a specific thing of a system. So, and it's already, we know that the foundation is that anytime they speak about the Natiru, that they're mythological, as in they're unreal, as in they're divine principles, right? So the way that the words that they use, just on a foundational level, when these Egyptologists go into doing these studies, it's already mixed in untruth. So I don't care what level of degree someone has when it comes to the teachings of Ma'at. What we're doing is establishing a different standard and blossoming from that, right? Because there's very few who actually look at what the scribes actually wrote, and Saba brought that forward for me at the highest consciousness that I had received at the time, that really switched everything, and recognizing that that's not a thing that Egyptologists do. And shout out to Apostle for calling me an Egyptologist on Sotnetter. I said, thank you. Yes, we're the real ones. Yeah, Tua for putting this together. And yeah, I love this Seba'it. I definitely have some things to show if we want to look at some things and go deeper into some of the Medu of the Seba'it. And even
yeah, we do. We want to see it. Let's go.
Okay. All right, Tua. And again, Tua for everyone who's supporting. Those links are pinned to the top. Tua for supporting this.
That's why. I said, Ani, I might do this story 10 times, bro. Because every time when I get to the level that you at, yeah, I might. I'm gonna do it until it's right now. This is where I'm at. You gotta put the boat in the water where you at, right? But as I get better and as I grow, I'm gonna continue to, I'm gonna revisit it. I'm gonna go back the same way we going back now and revisiting what our ancestors left behind now. So I feel no way about learning and growing and expanding, brother. Because when Saba showed the truth, blinding the truth and falsehood, I looked at the visuals and I was like, man, the aspect is off. But it was still great, and it's still number one, right? Why? Because of the Natiru. The algorithm has it like that, and I'm like, what? That's great, right? And I'm looking, I'm like, man, Then I went and I showed my mate, because I did Senusret the third a long time ago, so I was looking for that. And when I found it, I was like, whoa. It's like, I can't use none of that. It's like, I'm looking at it like, man. And she was sitting next to me and she said, who is that? I said, that's Matthew and Christina. She was like, that's how they used to look? I said, yeah. She said, they not even talking. I said, I know. I said, that was the first, you know what I said, that was the first, that wasn't the first time, but that was, because I did it a few times and they got better and better and better. Because for a while, I didn't know how to make them talk. But what they were, I could make them, I could produce dialogue between them, but I couldn't make the actual characters speak, you know? So I was just showing the characters and it was spinning and it looked like they were talking. It was just showing a podcast. It was the first thought of me creating that. And she was like, whoa. And I was like, whoa. Like, yeah, that was just last year. So, yeah, to our brother, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to you showing us some going deeper. Let's go deep.
Yes, to our great brother. Your Kepara. I mean, it's just, yeah, we can just go back and look and go back to the very I love that very first class that you did. I mean, I love all your classes, but yeah, you just where you're at. Yeah, that's the beautiful thing, because with what we're doing and creating, if we was to look at just film in general and what's actually out there on the Natiru, that's already, it's small, but there are big films who show my eye, Transformers, X-Men, all the biggest franchises have definitely created tapping into the stories of the Netter in some way. And with what you're doing, especially with these stories, there's so many that people don't even know about, and so just creating, and as you said, continuously doing it, the same way how we're looking back now and like, wow, like wasn't even whatever we're looking at the difference a year from now, we're gonna look at today and we're gonna be like, wow, and that's just such a never thing, and knowing what the outcome is and just moving and keeping the head forward and keep it going, because when you can see it, as long as you can see it, you can attain that thing. You can bring that thing forward. You can walk to it. All that we're doing is creating. The way that the brain works, we're always looking for what's going to happen next. And the more that we're able to refine internally and set our outcome, it becomes clear what the steps that we're making today, what outcome that will create. And that's really all it is, that to prophesize. It's just really looking in the right now, what's being done right now. And the more internal that we can begin to see that, the expression of the Ka version of that, because that's what we're tapping into first before the physical thing comes. It's the Ka that creates the Kat. So dua for this, and I'm so excited for what the works that you're doing and the support system that you have around you, to keep pushing you forward, because that's such an important aspect for us, as creators, as the Matrix is real. So the more we have support around us that can keep us focused, keep us, correct us sometimes, and make sure that we're staying, like, that's needed. That's such a never thing. So yeah, let me share the screen.
You said people don't know the stories. I don't know them. That's my first time reading that story.
So imagine everyone else.
Yeah, and this
And
is what I'm.
you're Atef from Kim Ma'at.
Listen, hey, man, listen, 97% of the stories that I present, I don't know. I haven't read. I didn't read this story until, see, that's what made me say I got to start at the beginning of the book, man, because I was flipping around, reading this, reading that, and I was like, man, I don't know none of these stories. I'm trying to pick out the good one in my mind, but they all are good. Every single one of them is important, right? But I knew, the main stories I started with at first, the more popular ones. But even, bro, 90% of the stories I'm unfamiliar with, including this one. I never read this one until I got to this. And the one that's coming up next, I never even heard of that. You know what I mean? So, for real. But that's what it is. And that's what I say when you said to the people, you said, it's up to us. People are scared to put the boat in the water where they at. Don't be scared to do you. Just do you. If that's where you at, I'm a baby. I'm a baby in this. And I'm just trying to learn and grow like everybody else. So I'm just not ashamed to say I don't know. I'm just not ashamed to grow and learn. And then look back and say, oh man, I could have done that better, or the next time I'm gonna do better. So every presentation, I just try to do something a little bit better, right? Just a tad bit better. I've been working on trying to get them to speak Medu Neter for the longest, since day one, but I couldn't do it. And then the first time was when the first right time was when I did it for you, for Gab.
Yeah,
right?
that was seamless. That was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was my first time. But I've been practicing little by little, trying different things, and and then again, not being afraid to learn, and just move forward, man. Yeah, two are great, brother.
Yeah, Nini up. I agree. That's when you embody that type of state, you grow faster because you're not afraid to make mistakes. You're okay, and you grow from it. And that's very difficult, and that's why we see so many people, especially in religion, like stuck there because they're afraid to be wrong. When you're not afraid to be wrong, and you're just free of that, you grow faster. So yeah, dua for sharing that, great brother. And yeah, so let's just look at a few things which really ties into the theme of what's been coming through and what I've been teaching on, and also tied directly into the question that Saket asked, right? That Saba answered yesterday in the pod class. So as the great Atef showed in his, let's switch these around. There we go. Let's do it like this. There we go. So as the great Atef showed, Amenemhat's Rins, right, which is very important because this is what, when it comes to the biblical writings, or this is what is always going to just foundationally separate us, just right there, is we can look at the names of the people themselves, right? And because they're actual living people, and we can learn about them, right? That further goes into this story, because this story is very deep. And if we attempt to put ourselves in the shoes, which, I mean, we're for one, we're talking about a Nesu BT ruling a country. So we just put ourselves in that type of shoe. and then one who is assassinated, right? In the most vulnerable state that one is in, which is sleep. And so taking that into consideration with the writings that, you know, this story brings is very, it assists a lot in understanding what he's speaking about. When we put ourselves in those type of situations and shoes and find the benefit and what we can utilize today to learn from and grow from, right? Because we look at the past and we see, we learn from what they said and what they did. And so this is very important. So his Ren, Sahetet Ib Ra, he who satisfies the heart of Ra. So here's Ib, and then we have Amenemhat, which Amen is in the front. Hat, which you all should know from the last session, is the word for the actual physical organ of the heart. All right, so Amenemhat in both his Rens here have to deal with the Ib, or the heart of Ra. All right. And so here at the beginning of the teaching, Hat, the word Hat, is what we start with because that's what we lead with, the heart. We start there. Of the Seba'it, Arit, that's made, which is the glyph of an eye, because everything that we make initially starts with being able to see it and visualize it. Once you see it and visualize it, you can make it, literally. So beginning of the teaching made by the him, the person, or him, which is also the word that creates prophet or priest, of the Nesubiti, Sahetet Ib Ra, Sa-Ra Amenemhat, Ma'a Kuru. The Jed, declaring Upet Ma'at, the revelation of Ma'at, to his son, who is Nebuchadnezzar. The Jed, or Ched, Efchach Necher, rise as a netter. Listen to what I tell you. So just even looking at this and understanding that this is a Seba'it made, right, for a Nesubiti, and taking that perspective in, you know, it really expands the awareness of what's really attempting to be taught here, right? And understanding that with what we have today and being able to place our eyes upon this and learn what these words are, begin to tap into the intention of the story, because there's always an underlining energetic frequency through everything that we can connect and tap into, and understanding and wanting to literally understand it in its intentional form that it was originated from, all depends on the Pekka Imku that we do internally. That determines how deeply that we can dive into what the ancestors wrote, because they're just their Pekka Imku, the way that they just being surrounded by all of the Heka. That's you know, so just to further in what Atef was speaking on, and what's being done today, and how he's creating something that just isn't being done. We understood and we understand deeply that our ancestors taught about living after life, conscious living frequencies, and we lived it. It wasn't just a thought. It wasn't just a belief. It wasn't. This was it's a standard. Like this is what it is, right? And just how do we use it? And so, as we, the more that we actually want to invest ourselves into understanding and connecting with the scribe, with the intention of the story, it begins to open up brand new doors for you. All right. So here we are, Sa'ak, which is the word gather or to focus together. and I did an entire session on Sa'ak, on focus. Gather yourself against dependence. Nothing comes of it. Right? Temet Shepherd. So he's gather yourself against dependence, right? Needing anything outside of you to do what it is that you need to do. Everyone puts their heart in the direction of their fear. That's very deep. Because everyone, all of us, have fears, right? On a conscious level, on an unconscious level. And of course, because it always will deduce itself down to fight or flight, right? Is this thing gonna harm me? Can I eat it? Can I copulate with it? Like those are the foundational aspects of what's taking place, right? So underneath all of that are feelings, which of course always ties to fear of dying, right? That's what this all comes down to when you strip away everything. So underneath it all, Temet, RD, Ib, to give, to Archa, to give your Ib in the direction of their fear, right? Which is just very deep. And also for one to have that type of awareness at that level where you always have people around you. Everyone's around, everybody's around. Everybody wants to be around you. You're the Nesubiti. But he understands on a very deep level where everyone truly puts their Ib, whether it's conscious or unconscious. Everyone is leading with their left, whether you're conscious awareness or not, right? It's just those of us who are aware of that fact and that we place our consciousness in our Hati and our Ib, and we begin to siphon through that and learn about that, build a communication with that, because it's a conscious frequency that we always taught, right? 2 different variations. And the more that we connect with that and learn how to communicate with that, and also Pekka Mku to cleanse, you become more aware of what you're actually leading with. It's because everything it's the ability to have choice, and the less you're aware, the less choices that you have to make. Never approach them alone. Trust none as brother. Make no friend. Create no intimates. It is worthless. So we have to really look at that. Like, what did he mean by that? Right? And understanding that he was Nesubiti, and being in that type of position, because at the very end, and he continues into it, right? Let's continue. In sleep, guard your heart, yourself. Sa. Right? Everyone should have some deep understanding of Sa, because every time I go to Sunnet, I teach on that specifically, because that's a part of his Ren, to also assist in keeping him focused on the teachings. So everyone should have some deep inner teachings on the Sa'u, to guard your Ib, yourself, Jess, right, which is the serpent. For a man has no servants on the day of Kesenet. So on that day of transition, right, it's you alone, just as you come in with yourself alone, right? So everything that we're doing in between those processes, those loops, those knots, from one knot to the next knot, creating another loop, right? And just the level of awareness that we attain within that time span gives us more control of what happens next, right? Because this is where we get to practice a lot. And so on that day, there is no one, right? It's you. And just depending on the type of life that, we live, where we're at on the planet, what we have to do, the type of awareness that we have to have day to day, like, throughout our lives, there's so many different variations that create the reality that we perceive that we're walking with, right? And so, but in between all of that, from birth to the next birth, everything that we do in between that, right, comes from the Eve. And so just as much as he understands that there's no one outside of you that can bring you to wherever it is that you want to go, right? But understanding through those processes, we take that because we also know that Sehetep Ibre, the way that he transitioned wasn't ideal, right? So that frequency is being brought forward through the teachings. Because within that, if we look at that life, at the conclusion, right? For him, there was no friends, there was no brothers, right? Yet you have to guard yourself. And so as he teaches that, it's very important to take that into consideration, through our daily walk, right? Because simultaneously we can pull up another Seba'it of another life and experience and perception, and we can read something similar, but just with a slight variation on it, right? And that's the Nefer thing about being able to look at the Seba'it and take from it that you feel is beneficial to you and apply it to your own walk, right? And so this is very important to take in. I gave to the destitute and raised up the orphan. I promoted the man with nothing as much as the man of means. So even with giving to the destitute, raising up the nameh, which is sakeper, to raise up, I promoted the man with nothing as much as the man of means. So just giving, right? So Amenemhat, the same man that says trust no brother, make no friend, has Ib and Hati within his name, right? Which is this organ, right? And teaching on the protection of this, because we all who study Ma'at understand the importance of the Ib, of the Hati, of the heart, right? And all the different levels of consciousness that come with that. And so this is where I showed in the Eber's Papyrus, the secrets of the physician, right? The beginning of the secret knowledge of the physician, knowledge of the workings of the Hati. The vessels lead from this to every body part. How these vessels function when any physician, any Sekhmet priest, any magician places his hands and fingers on the head, on the back of the head, on the hands, on the area of the Ib heart, on the arms, on the legs, then it is the Hati heart that he assesses, because its vessels lead to every body part. It is the case that the Hati heart, speaks in the front vessels of every body part. So this Hati here of this Nesubiti that they're translating as front, because it is the front, that which leads, right, is always going to be directly connected to the heart of Ra, right? So we understand that Amenemhat was one who lived a life of the protection of his Ebe. Make living images, my own distinct from men. Make for me lament as has not been heard. The greatness of the fight to had not been seen. So the greatness of the fight too had not been seen. See, if you fight in the arena, oblivious of yesterday, there is no good outcome for he who is unaware. What's that word for unaware? Kim rek, which means without knowledge. Unaware. That what you are unaware of, you have no control over, right? There is no good outcome for the unaware. So the daily walk is to slightly become more aware and more aware of the things that we already have a deep or an overstanding on, and the things that we need to grow or things that we want to grow more in. Either way, I know part of my job as a Saba, as a teacher, is to slightly bring more awareness, because that is what allows the outcomes to be more in alignment with what we actually want, right? And so Amenemhat understood this, especially when you're in the fight in the arena, oblivious of yesterday, right? And looking at the patterns of the past, what worked, what didn't work, and becoming aware of it, right? Not oblivious. Then you can begin to create good outcomes because you're more aware. See, I have made the past and ordered what is to come. It is I who gathered together for you what is in my Ebe, right? And I love how this translation is. This one here is more a literal translation. But here is, behold, I have established the foundation so that I might ensure the outcome for you, right? And so that is what I have accomplished what is in my heart, right? Literally, I have made the beginning. By making the beginning, you're making a foundation. When there is no foundation, right, then something can't begin. You have to start with the foundation, and that's what we're doing here. And building on the literal foundation so we can begin to do other things and begin to bring more classes and begin to build more buildings and begin to buy land and begin to join together physically more than once a year, right? Like, to get to those levels, the foundation of everyone involved has to be firm, right? We have to establish the foundation. And so this is what Amenemhat is speaking of when he's passing something down to his Sa. He's saying, I have established a foundation for you, so that way I might ensure the outcome. That's the number one. If everyone takes from this, know your outcome with whatever it is that you're doing. Without knowing your outcome, you're just flying in the wind. Just anything can happen. When you understand and know the importance of placing your intention of knowing what your outcome is, the matrix can begin to facilitate in a way that allows you to reach that outcome. But we have to start there. And the more aware that we become of knowing what the outcome is, the more control we have. And that is a daily walk, life daily walk of becoming more aware of those just foundation fundamentals, so that way we can begin to grow and manifest, right? In the physical, right? And bringing the ta with the new, right? With the pet, right? A ta ten in, It's the heavens and the earth, bringing the two together. And this is what has been taught and understood throughout so many different cultures, starting with us. So now that there's a big circle, and we're bringing things directly back to the very beginning, and establishing a foundation that hasn't been established with this level of intentional standard to bring the outcome of the scribes of Ma'at and their writings forward since the time of the actual original scribes of Ma'at. So there's a powerful support frequency with what we're doing, but we don't just give things away. Like, we understand that we have to earn these things. We have to work for these things. We understand that we have to put in work to build. We got to put our hands and build. And so nothing's going to just be given to us. We got to go get it, go build it, literally. And we can't look to the next person and say, I'm gonna wait on you to do this thing. No, each of us have our own part that we have to play in with whatever that is, with bringing forward the frequency of Ma'at forward. And the more of us that walk in that and continue to peka imku, right? Continue to follow the processes, continue to keep cleansed, right? Continue to learn how to work with that eb, which is the word for self, right? The word for ego. Saba just did a class on the ego dissolve, right? That's the eb. So being able to accomplish what is in the eb starts with our awareness, right? And so Amenemhat completely understood that. So Duan Hindu to this great Nesubiti, and for his sacrifice, and also to be able to bring forward teachings that on a fundamental level is extremely beneficial for each person to take that in themselves. And when each of us come together with that same intention, then it's just a blossoming of whole beings. There's nothing to me more nefer than that. So for us to get to that level, it's just step by step. So Dua Tefrim Kim Ma'at for allowing me to just deepen into some of the Seba'it and bring forward some of the frequency of what this Seba'it is actually saying, and just to further what we're doing, bringing these stories to life. Have such, we keep moving, keep leading with the left, keep doing this, keep putting in that work, keep putting our hands and feet into this. We have to create ourselves to become the people, become the person who deserves to have the things that we want. And it's not just going to be given to us. No netter was going to say, all right, let me just, nah, that's not how we move as Netiru, and that's why I love the great ancestors, because they understood at the deepest level how to manifest and how to bring things forward, and they did it in such a creative way in so many different variations. There is not just one way to do the thing, but when we chunk everything down and we look at just the foundation, it always returns back to the eb. So Dua Hotep Hinu Ma'a Karu, and again Tua for everyone who's supporting. Those links are pinned to the top. Just support what you see that's happening here. When you support us, you support the ancestors, because we're bringing their words forward. What type of reward system is built from that? What type of wealth do these great ancestors hold? You know, that when we Kepara ourselves into being able to carry or hold whatever comes with what they have to give, it's not, we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of Pekka Mku to do. So, yeah, do our great brothers. Otep.
Can we get some bombs? Can we get some bombs, some hand claps? That was Nefer breakdown, man.
And yes, the Hekahu really works. Yes.
Minty say page 166 just revealed itself to me. Yeah, 2 out for that, great brother. I love it. And that's the, you know, that's my, yeah, exactly, brother. That's the point, you know? Like, we build together and we just play our part. Just do our part. You know, I definitely didn't have that insight. So 2 out for that. I didn't have that awareness. And I appreciate it when you do that, when you go a little deeper. I really appreciate that because, you know, like I said, I just want to learn. So this was definitely, and then when I go back now and when I do go back and listen and play it, then I can add this, you know, I have a deeper insight into it and an awareness. Yes, Robert Williams, I have not read that story until I began working on it. 90% of the stories that our ancestors left behind, probably 99% of them, I can't even say the word for the next story. I can't even say the word yet. I gotta pronounce it slowly. But that's why I chose to do that, to go and familiarize myself with it. The same way when you at work and they talking about, hey, did you see whatever, the housewife, whatever, I don't even know what's on, or whatever show, then you say, oh, I'm gonna go check that out. What is it on? And they'll say it's on Hulu, it's on Netflix or whatever. Then you go and you binge watch it. Oh, it's 4 seasons. You go, you binge watch it. When Saba told us, or he pointed out that we know more about Batman and Superman than we know about our own ancestors, it was the truth. So, you know, then I found myself in a position to where I was doing the readings, and I understood then that the most important thing was what the actual people said themselves. So that's how I started. I started just reading the stories, but just wanting to be creative and, you know, make it more interesting and without taking away, without diluting it, but adding to it. How can I add to what I'm reading? How can I make Jada want to watch or listen to the story? You know, how can I appeal to people from a wide audience? Because adults watch cartoons, adults watch anime, and kids, adults, everybody watches it. So, you know, then I began to create just pictures, just add just pictures to it, you know, and it just grew from there. And then eventually they're going to be doing, just stay tuned. Stay tuned as we kept around, you know. Stay tuned. So 2 out for that, great brother, for that. That was fire. Definitely made my class 100 times better. So 2 out to you.
Nini Kai, great brother.
What is that? Atef Netter. Yes. Yes. Atef Netter.
Yeah. Make some of that on.
Yes. Fire. Yeah, man, this was great, bro. And it was short too. That was another thing. I'm like, man, they short. Some of these stories are short, but the short ones, the long ones, I'm going to split in half because I know that it's too important to rush through it and try to do too much. So I'm just gonna play it how it go and take it and So yeah, I look forward to everybody playing their part and doing what they do. So two up for that, brother.
Yeah. What's up, great? The Jet? Do you have anything you want to add on that?
No, it's mainly just soaking it in, man. It's taking those words and what you just said and doing something about it. And that's where I'm at right now. So that's why I was like, man, we gotta drop some bombs and some hand claps for that, because that gave that just expanded even what Atef was even working on. So that was just that was Nefer, man. So dua.
Any kind, great brother. Towards you. All right. So yes, the support links are pinned. I'm about to show the support that has came through for this particular To Our Many button production from the great Atef Kemaat. So let me share the screen. And again, dua to everyone who supports, because man, it's like a big, if we can just imagine, there's a big house of Aten pot, and everything that we do that assists with the growth of the house of Aten, it's like it transforms into like just new water that's just filling up this large bowl that represents the house of Aten. Whether you sending in support, whether you're sharing what we're doing, whether you're coming to the screen, anything that you are doing to assist in the elevation of the house of Aten, and adds to this big old pot. And as it grows and as it gets full, we get to tip it over, right? And wash ourselves with it. And then we build it continuously, and we continue to keep building it. So with each support, with each expansion of energy, right? Of RE, energy, which comes from energ, which just means to work. The works, the RE, the glyph of an eye. When we place that intention into what we're doing, it's building what we're doing, and it's overseen by the Natiru, right? So it's not even a question on whether or not by doing the work we'll be able to achieve whatever it is that we want. There's no question about that, right? So dua to the Netter, and dua to all the great supporters who support this. So here's Amun and Amunet, who sent in $10 for Tua Orsin Atef for your consistency and dedication. So dua to the great Amun and Amunet, Otep Marie, to you, and for your consistency and dedication as well, Uncle Jaseneb. And next we have the great Basatut Maka Aksafek, one of the great moderators, as well as Amun Ka and Minty Hotep, who says, Dua Atef for teachings of Amenemhat 1, 2072. Hotep to the great Basatut. Dua, great brother, for continuing to lead with your left and continuing to make sure that you stay plugged in, to what we're doing, great brother. So Hotep and Hinu to you. All right, next we have 3 from the great Nukpu, who sends in 333 3 times. For Hotep Kim Dig Duggars. Ma'at Kuru times 3 Sakim Ma'at. Hotep Natiru Kuru Maru Senu Au Per Aten Dua Ma'at. Hotep Sakim Sin Neter Atef Uncle Ja Seneb Mary Ma'at. So dua to the great Nukpu, one of the great pillars of the house of Aten. Uncle Ja Seneb to you, great brother. Hotep Marie. And next we have from Ampu Ma'at, who sent in $7 for 3 flames. Thanks for the knowledge. Hotep and Henu to you, great Ampu. Henu to you and your Kepara as well, great brother. Hotep Marie. Next we have 666 from the great brother Fix. Big Ma'at, big axes, big respect. HOA, Tua, Tef Rim Kim, for your Nefer works. Henu to the great Hush Nation. Henu to you, great brother, for your consistency and being a great reflection of the Netter and your Kepara. Great brother Hotep Henu. All right, next we have Robert Williams, who sent in 2072 for Amenemhat 1 was heard tonight. Tua Tef, double flame. 2 eyes looking at the flames. Hotep to Robert Williams. Henu to you, great brother, another excellent representation of Ma'at, of consistency, of men. So Tuan Henu to you. And next we have the wonderful Minty Hotep, who sends in 222 for Neb, Nefer Ankh. With double Ka hands, Ra, double Ka hands. Hotep to the great Minty Hotep. To our Nefer sister, for all that you do and for your adoration here at the House of ATTON. All right, and next we have the great Jay Kirkland, Nefer Netter Nature J, who sent in 772 for Inu Hotep Marie Tua Nefer Sebai class, Atef Ma'a Kuru. Hotep to the great Jay Kirkland, Hotep great brother, Henu to you. And Tua for your great consistency and all of the support that you provide in all the ways that you do for your Pekka Mku, great brother, Hotep Henu. And that is the Meru of the House of ATTON for today, September 7th, 2025. So this is great Meru. Hotep, let's give him a round of applause. Yeah, that's how we really work.
Forget that we the real champions around.
Neb Nefer Ankh. Everything is beautiful in life.
I didn't know I could type Medunetter like English, did you?
Man, I'm peeping that right now, man. I'm watching.
Hotep to the great Meru. Dua Meru of the House of ATTON. Dua very much. All right. Okay, Minty Hotep says, I have internet right now. I can check in if you want. Okay, yeah, we'll send the link. We're at our 3-hour mark, but we'll let you come in and give a few words. Great Minty, always welcome on the panel. Before we begin our closeout. So yes, to all the great supporters, Hotep Henu. And yeah, great brothers, you can speak on the supporters.
Hotep, peace and love to all the supporters. I appreciate it. House of ATTON. We got to build it. We got to support each other and continue to grow, you know. Brothers out there getting millions and millions of dollars for nothing. You know, those of us that are representing the Netter, we will reap the benefits. So to all the supporters consistently that show up, that keep this going, give us your attention. We appreciate you, appreciate all the support, and definitely look forward to the growth and, you know, continued expansion, continued Kepara. So we'll tap in new to you, great brother Robert Williams, the great brother Nutku, great sister Minty Hotep, Great brother Fix, Hotep Henu to you. Hotep and Henu to the great brother Ampu. Hotep Henu to Basatut. Hotep Henu to Angela Gates. Nefanetta J. Peace and love to everybody, all of Keru, all of the new brother who was here earlier. Peace and love to you, great brother. And yeah, let's keep on moving. Keep leading with the left. Keep building brick by brick.
Yes, to all the supporters. Shouts out to y'all. Definitely helps sustain the House of ATTON and all that hard work, man. And this is why we do things over here, man. All the love that we have here. Everybody who shows appreciation when they can, and show much love. So dua to all the supporters, and definitely appreciate y'all, and those who send in the future when they watch this the playback. So yeah, Hotep Henu.
All right. Minty, I put the link in there for you. I haven't seen you pop in the back yet, but we'll give a few more moments to see if you pop up back there. And then we'll just begin our closeout. So yes, Tua everyone. And again, get your PTA tickets. And for those who got your tickets, you can just reach out to me for the address, and I'll give you the address once your tickets are confirmed. So Tua, and I'm looking forward to everyone, seeing everyone there, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. So yeah, Minty Hotep, are you able to hit the link? Okay, there she is. There she is, Hotep. Hotep Minty, mic check 1 2. Oh, I think she froze. Yeah. We see you. Can't hear you though. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. I think there may be a delay because you're like real choppy. Tef, there went the sound again.
Oh, you can hear it from me?
It's like a ding.
That's not me though. I don't know.
It has to be because I only hear it in hours when we come on live. The only time we hear it. Basatut, to answer your question, we still doing the black and gold theme? Yes. We're doing black and gold and Kesbet blue this year. So Tua for asking that. Yes, the theme colors are always black and gold because that's the House of ATTON theme colors, right? That's our colors, black and gold. And then we always change the third color for the pathways, right? So last year was white. And this year it is blue, Kesbet blue. So black, gold, and blue. Okay, yeah, Minty, you're very frozen now. So maybe try to go out and come back in. Try one more time. All right. So yeah, we'll just give her a little bit of time. But yes, this has been phenomenal. And dua to the great Tefram Kima'at for putting these together and for growing for Kepara. So that way everything that we do and everything that you do will only continue to improve. And yeah, when these challenges, because it's challenging, right? When those challenges arrive, we step up to the plate and see it through. Just as artists, as creators, which, as you all hear me say often, how the Matrix robs the artist, and that's a very deep thing. And so, as for me, it's for us to create and build, and keep creating and keep creating and keep creating, because we're infinite expansions of that. And when we learn a skill and we find something that we just stick to and build on, for those of us who have this standard at the root, ma'at, medu necher, I mean, whatever we decide to do in whatever arena, we're going to be the best at. It doesn't matter what it is, what we choose to do, what route we go. When you pick something and you stick to it, that's just what it's going to be. So it just takes dedication, time, patience. Pekka Mku. Right? So Hotep to Nukpu, it says, I know Nukpu gonna be Kesbet from head to toe. Yeah, we gotta Nukpu, make sure you get your one way. Stay off as many planes as possible. Do a one way. I don't even know how you traveled. This brother came in with the whole elixir mix. And I was like, how do you get it? But Hotep to Nukpu. Looking forward to seeing you again, great brother. All right, Minty. We can't hear you though. Just check your settings and then go to audio and make sure that your audio input is set to your microphone, and you should be able to see, like, it should be green when you speak. You see it green? Because we can't hear you. Minty, are you able to hear us?
Check.
Okay, there we go. We can hear you now.
Hear you. I can hear and it's turning green.
Okay, yeah, we can hear you now.
You can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. Yes.
I got audio.
Yes. So it's choppy, but say what you want to say, and yes, we can hear you. Say what you want to say, and just keep going until you conclude, because you're choppy, but we can hear you. So just start speaking, and we'll listen.
Hear you, and you said to just start speaking. So I just wanted to come on and say Hotep. Tonight's reading was perfect. I love it. It took me a while. I was in my Sabait for the page, and at the very end revealed to me, and there's a lot of trusting people and putting all of your love, your care, your efforts into helping. And sometimes the majority of the time, I know with myself much being a little bit extra because I go above and beyond and do things for my ease and give my energy the way I would like to be, the way I would like to receive energy. And this is a great lesson in controlling that energy and making sure that it's an equal exchange before you offer anything that you're offering in value, and it's the energy. Yeah, this is a great lesson. Nothing surprises me anymore with people and how people act. People portray themselves and portray you and project themselves and onto you when you have absolutely nothing to do with it. You had good intentions from the beginning. So this lesson is very, very valuable in that way. And people will say that the Sabait is they are ancient things, but they are ancient teachings for modern times. And I think if everyone holds that in their Eid, things would be a lot better and not complicated as people make them. And I just wanted to come on and say Hotep and Tula for your work and your consistency. I've had a lot of life, a lot of unexpected life changes come about, and I let Saba know that even though I'm not here in the physical and I'm not here on the lives, that
Tep, great Minty, Tua for your Medu, Tua for coming up on the panel. And we always appreciate your presence and your words. Definitely. So, Uncle Jasaneb, to you. Yes, it's an effort thing. So it's always great to see you. Always great to see you. So, Hotep Marie. And those were wonderful, wonderful words. And we'll use those as your closing words. Because I know you're choppy in and out, but we was able to receive most of what you were saying. So, Hotep to you, great Minty, and may you continue to walk within the protection of the Pa'ut, within the guidance and the leadership of the Netiru, as you traverse throughout your Heiru, throughout your days. So, much merry to you. So yes, houseofatton.org. Again, to everyone who supports the sessions and supports what we do, supports the classes, supports the primordial vision, supports the TMBP, Too Many Button Productions, and just the pod class and what we're doing. Everyone will have a greater understanding of what's taking place, probably maybe 10 years down the road. But for those of us who see what's happening right now, and with whatever challenge that we may be in, these are necessary for us to take ourselves to the next level. And it's how we choose to perceive the situation and how we choose to look at it, because everything can always be changed, especially the systems that we walk with. Any belief systems doesn't matter. As you just deeply go into your unconscious, your subconscious, and you start to ask yourself the difficult questions, those challenges, the things that happen in the matrix, they're just reflections of our internal world, and it's just slightly becoming more aware of the communication that we have with our body, and the feelings that we store there, and learning how to eradicate the emotional charge that isn't pleasant for us, that we don't want, and replace it with something that's more joyful. Because the more joyful we are, the more happy we are, the greater manifestors we are, right? The more play and fun and lightfulness that we can bring into any situation, the more power that we have to mold and create and build, right? So we always have to keep that as a reminder, in these challenging times. So Duan Hinu to everyone, Tua for your attention. Without that, this does not exist. And I'm looking forward to see everyone at the Pathways this year. So I'll conclude there. Hinu to the great Atef Rim, the Jed Sejem, to the great Senu, the great Seshem, leaders of the House of ATTON, great brothers, and of course Hinu to the great Saba Tahuti and Izau. And with that, I'll conclude with the Medu. Sekem im arit murder ka'a semu hatu natiru pert intehotep. I obtain the power to do what pleases my ka. May the hearts of the Natiru lead me. I come forth in offering. Hotep Marie.
Hotep, peace and love to everybody. Shouts out to the great Atef from Kim Ma'at. Nefer presentation, great brother. Appreciate all of your workings and your creativity. Shouts out to the great Patah. Out to you, great brother, for giving us the extra on the top of the presentation, because that was in synchronicity. Everything was just beautiful. Definitely grateful for you, great brother. You gave me a lot to think about as well. So, out to you. Out to the great mentee. Out for showing up here on the panel, showing your love. Shouts out to all the supporters again, everybody in the chat. Definitely appreciate y'all. Shouts out to our great Saba Tahuti Amun Hotep Ra. Dua to you, great Saba, for all that you do. It's always a pleasure to be here on the House of ATTON and being a part of this wonderful Mary. So dua to everybody. May Ra grant you and your family health and prosperity. May your monument be established on the foundations of Ma'at, and may you all rise and come forth as conscious light like the divine Ra, who rises and shine forevermore in Ma'at. I am the Jed Sajim Ma'at, him Paul Kuf, everybody in the Tiru, Uncle Jasaneb, Hotep Hinu, Nefer Upesh.
Hotep, mic check. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Peace and love. Out for this Nefer support from the people. Hotep Hinu to all the great supporters. Peace and love to you, Minty Hotep, for coming to the panel, for sharing with us. I look forward to working with you some more. Definitely. Peace and love to the great Saba Tahuti Amenemhat Ra. Peace and love to you, Ani, for that extra show. Definitely needed that. That was an effort for show. And yeah, this was great, man. Keep showing up, keep supporting House of ATTON. They forget that we the real champions out here. You know, we got to just keep on moving and keep leading with the left. And yeah, this was great, man. I'm just trying to learn and grow in Kepara. And I look forward to everything that the people bring. I look forward to what we're building, you know, because we're building, and it's not just us. Everyone is going to have to play their role and play their part. So, to out to everybody that's going to support in the future, to out to all the supporters that's supporting right now. And with that, we'll end the same way we began, with our Nefer affirmation. From today's teachings, behold, I have established the foundation so that I may ensure the outcome for you. I have accomplished what was in my heart for you. Wear the right white crown, the privilege of the God's progeny. What has been determined will come to its proper paths, according as I have begun it for you. I have entered into the bark of Ra. Succeed to your kingship, which was created of old. In all that I have accomplished, there is none who can do the same. Erect your monuments and make your throne distinguished. Amenemhat, Un-Ns, Nintet or Set Emaat, Menhepapet Emaat, Per in Hukui, Per Ikut. I live for Ma'at. I exist within her. I do not speak in the place of Ma'at. Every day I advance towards Ma'at. My being is surrounded in darkness. I come forth as conscious light.
I don't play with pseudos.
Come join us, House of ATTON, Ancient Tahuti and Teachings under Tiru. Back to the source, we the original Axemen.
Yo, let's go.
Shed. Closed my eyes, then I woke up back in my bed. I could see my room as clear as looking through a lens. See, I thought I was awake, so then I tried to move, but my body shocked me like I was plugged in a socket. I started panicking and scrambling within my mental. I thought I died and now my body, I'm forever locked in. I was screaming, help me, someone help me please. But there wasn't any sound making it through my teeth. I could see movement in motion, shadows gather around me. How could I close my eyes already closed? Eating alkaline at this time, fasting Rizzo shocking. I was stuck in a paralysis, Fred had me froze. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. I finally started waking up and coming back. I was in the opposite of states effect. That's relaxed, I grabbed my phone and started to do research. Knowledge of what happened, I was in a lack. Insidious, the movie came direct to mind. Every time I've seen this, it was connected to what's not divine. Demons crawling forcefully, holding the body down. Ain't no point in trying to scream, you will not make a sound. Deep within I knew I made that a reality. The all is mine, I saw it and so shall it be. I start replacing fear with knowing universe is mental. Talking to my subconscious to wake me up in dreams. Then one day my spirit guides came in so essential. Daylight's astral playing loud in my dream helped to set me free. I'm back in paralysis laying on my couch. But this time I was calm, ready to exit out. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth. It's time to shed. From what I read, I need to move my arms in front of me. See a rope and pull it, separate and then release. Now I'm out, I see my house is gleaming, I accept it. Looking in the mirror, staring at my car's reflection. I was so ecstatic, flying in every direction. This was months of subconscious reprogramming and redirection. Place my thoughts in my body, wake up, that's what I did. I was reborn from that day so I could start to live. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth. It's time to shed.